How's it going? Good evening. We are here.
We are here.
We are here.
Even if we have temporary...
very technical difficulties, very unconventional beginnings.
Yes.
How's everybody doing? It Crazy is good to see you. Thank you for using the beverage command here in chat on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, the place where we stream and podcast most Thursday nights, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Time is about to change, though, so, just follow on
true.
Twitter.
Does that happen over this next weekend?
I think maybe over this weekend. Okay. HJ, how's it going? Hi.
Oh
my gosh.
Early entrance.
We're not starting with the whiskey, so I hope that's okay.
Yeah, I hope that'll be all right.
We've got a lot of other things to try, but we will get to it. How's it going? It is wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see everybody here. We've got the football game up for us, so we can kind of see that off to the side because my brother is now a degenerate gambler. So we're continuing with things.
I win, I cash out.
Here's like 75 sports books you have open now. You keep encouraging me to do them.
Only the ones that, as long as they give me something free, a free opportunity, then I'll try it.
If it's free, it's for you. Is that what the kids say?
Something like that, yeah.
We'll wait for it. Perfect. Fantastic. All right. What are we doing this evening? We've got some spooky beers we're going to start off with this evening.
Spooky.
I have an interesting story about some things that happened today, so we can get into that as we're enjoying these kind of starter beers here. But let me
Is it a spooky story?
No, initial story of frustration, I guess. Like I teased it on Twitter to see if people would actually want to come in. Pocket.
Hello, Pocket.
Good to see you through the ether of the internet. Can't wait to see you in person tomorrow.
That's right.
But yeah, so let's start off with a beer. We've got some very interesting spooky beers. I have saved this one for a little while. We got this when we were out in California. I think, is this one Los Angeles? Glendale. This one's from Glendale, California. We've got a Milkshake Orange IPA.
Okay.
Ooh,
a Milkshake
spooky,
Orange. That's right.
Spooky.
Ooh.
Mad Guitarist, how's it going? You were up way too late. Ditto. Nice.
Yeah.
I like to hear that. So anyway, I've been saving this one for a little bit. I was trying to decide which one to do first because we have two kind of orange IPAs. This one is
Milkshake Orange.
This one is a Milkshake Orange IPA. I wonder how much of this stuff they get away with. My favorite take and throw. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I am trying to... Wow, they even did something kind of like seductive there too. It's a kind of a submissive, alluring, like, it fits in with Clockwork Orange.
See, I've still never seen that.
It's kind of right here. There's a lady holding something, a pea in front of.
Pea.
Anyway, this is not a peach IPA. It's an orange IPA. So we're getting to that. You've never seen a Clockwork Orange?
I haven't. I've seen part of it.
You're all just the good part.
A few years back. I don't know what the good part is.
I don't know.
But I saw like a little bit of it a few years back, and then I've seen the whole thing. So
it is one of those movies. I think I had this conversation maybe with even HJ something recently. Someone we were talking about like, oops, I weird disproportionately poured that. That's fine.
That's fine. I drive, so
it's one of those movies. It's like I think is a good movie. I think it is something you need to see. I think it works. It's an impactful movie. It makes a statement for what but it's not one of those ones you're like, honey, what should we watch tonight? Let's watch a Clockwork Orange. Let's do it.
Okay.
Very violent. Yeah, very violent, very sexual, like all those, which is, that ties right into American culture, right? Violence, more violence than sex. We're weird with sex.
It's not an American movie, though, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, Stanley Kubrick. Is he an American director? How does that work?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. There's a lot of British people in that movie, though. And I am doing well, Mad Guitarist, to your previous question. I am doing well. I don't want to speak for you. How are you doing?
Doing very well also.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I didn't even, we were so frazzled at the beginning there because all of a sudden there was extra audio going on.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention, I am Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we're About Beverages.
Yes,
so there
are.
we go. We've got everything.
Yeah,
I think it was banned in some place. Yeah, at least some of the cuts of that movie were banned for sure. But anyway, I think it's a very good movie. I like a lot of Stanley Kubrick movies. He definitely is very more like art. This is,
The Shining.
The Shining is really good. It's like nothing like the Stephen King novel at all. It's its own thing completely. And it is an amazing thing to dissect. I literally watched a 40-minute video the other day that had like some fan theory about what is actually going on in the movie. And they put together like all the clips to support. It was fascinating as hell. It was basically that you think that like, Jack Nicholson's character is going crazy and all these things are happening and there's spirits in the house and all this stuff. But the real thing is that it's actually the whole story of Wendy Torrance is having a mental breakdown.
Oh, okay.
And they were showing stuff like every time she goes into a scene, Jack Nicholson's reaction initially is actually him not understanding what she's asking because she's going crazy.
Oh, okay.
And then they show her, and then when they show Jack Nicholson again, it's what she thinks is going on inside her head. So him being angry and upset and ripping the paper and doing like that's all in her head. And it's very fascinating to watch.
Okay.
Completely probably not what he was going for, but it's like when you think about it and all the stuff they show, and it was super cool. Yeah, that movie is very messed up. I agree. He hated that film, I believe. Like he hated the end result. Who, Stanley Kubrick? I think Stanley Kubrick overall was just didn't like people's interpretations maybe of the movie. I don't know. What about this beer though? How do we interpret this beer? What are you thinking so far with this one?
Getting some orange, which is good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do. I break this out because it is Halloween season. I probably should break this out around Christmas too. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas? Is it a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Exactly. That is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. That is the answer my wife would give, where I ask 2 questions and she says yes to both. I'm like, well, which one did you want to do? Do you want to go to this restaurant or this restaurant? Yes. Well, which one?
That's a little tougher.
It's both. That is the correct answer. Yes, I agree. Definitely get orange in there. Nice,
orange,
and good. Like not. So there was the one from Belching Beaver. What was it? The
Fall of Troy.
Thank you, Fall of Troy. That was also an orange milkshake, orange creamsicle IPA or milkshake IPA or something like that. And that one I liked it first, and then that one, the more you drank, it got fake.
Yeah.
Just because I think they used artificial flavoring.
I guess it is.
This is. It's literally called a milkshake orange.
But it's not. I don't know. I've already had a sip, so you try.
Oh man, it's creamy and there's vanilla in there. And
No, it's like I actually like it. It's just kind of a bitter orange IPA.
Yeah, it is not, like I said, that sometimes the milkshake ones, usually you think they're going to be a little heavier, a little something like that. It's a tradition for us to watch it on Christmas Eve.
Clockwork Orange? Wait, I'm a little confused.
I hope they're talking about A Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't know what they do on Thanksgiving, and you might. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. So what do you guys like to watch on Clockwork Orange?
On Christmas Eve. It's a Christmas movie.
It's my favorite Christmas movie. Oh, my God. Wow. No, it's not Die Hard, please. I'm going to assume it was A Nightmare Before Christmas. We watch that a lot when we're wrapping presents. We usually pick a movie or two to watch and do that Nightmare. Okay. Just making sure. Just checking. Had to check. So I got a haircut today. This started my adventure. I did so many errands today. I had many errands to run.
I saw you teased about that in the Twitter feed.
Yeah, I had.
Wanted to see your haircut.
Yeah, I had things to purchase. I had cards to buy. There was things going on. So I did get a haircut. I got in there right away, which always makes me happy because I can get in there and just get in and get out. It is always a coin toss where I go. I don't have a stylist like you do. I have to go in and I have to take what they give me at the Sports Buzz haircuts.
So you're a gambler with your hair.
A little bit of a gambler. For the most part, I've never really gotten a terrible haircut there. I've had a couple where I'm like, this isn't my favorite. Or sometimes they don't listen to me when I say leave the sideburns and they'll put them way up high, and that's not my thing. I've kind of turned into. I like
Mattingly, get rid of the sideburns.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I like a little bit of sideburn because it takes away from the fatness of my face. It makes it look a little longer, kind of elongates it. At least this is what I feel. So that's kind of why I like it. When it goes up to there, then it's like, oh God, look at this. It goes out it's crazy. From what I've heard, Kubrick didn't care for the film, and neither did Stephen. I know Stephen King didn't. I wasn't sure how Kubrick felt about it. I know Stephen King did not, because it was not even close to what his book was. I imagine it takes so much effort to keep your hair that good. You are too kind. You are too kind. I haven't done any of the fun things like you have with the coloring of your hair, but maybe someday I'll go. Maybe that'd be a charity thing. I change my hair color for that. But anyway, that's a different story. The woman at the haircutting place. I don't know if you saw my tweet. If you didn't, you should follow on Twitter because
You said
we have things to say.
Soft and luxurious.
Yes, my hair was. Your hair is wonderfully soft and easily. I think it was basically because I get a number 3 up the back and around the ears, and then I kind of blend everything else in because I don't go too short. But yeah, it was very soft and easily blendable. I was like, wow, that comment literally made me. I was like, wow, thank you so much. I was kind of hoping that
kind of like a Merlot.
I was yeah, exactly. I was kind of hoping there was going to even be another. I was like, man, how far is this going to go? Am I going to have to say, whoa, lady, the ring, please settle down? But no, thankfully that was where it stopped, and maybe that was what she was. She was like, if I give him this one comment, the tip will go up just enough. Name of my sex tape. But I've never seen your hair change. Sub incentive. Maybe. I don't know if it'd be a sub incentive. I feel something that drastic should go to charity, but we'll talk about that sometime. We'll figure it out. Will it blend extreme? Yeah, extreme blending. It's my new show. It's on Home and Garden TV. Sounds like she was trying to pick you. I don't think so. I mean, I hope not, because there wasn't going to be a chance. I mean, she was fine, but like, that's not any way that I
may
would
have
go.
been with the tip.
Exactly. But anyway, but the haircut was good. I was happy with that, and so the day started off well there. Made a couple other things. Then, this is the big story. I went to go get my battery finally replaced in my iPhone.
Okay.
I have an iPhone X. It's a little over 3 years old. Runs fine. Like it's still like good. Like I don't really want to get a new phone. Like it was the first one where they switched to the face like ID stuff and everything. So it still runs lickety split. Like I haven't. But my battery was getting under. I think it was at if I did 100% charge, it was actually only at 77%.
Oh, battery health
And some other things. So I was like, okay, it's not going quite as well as it could there. So it's not lasting. Like basically it would barely get through a day,
right.
Like, getting toward the end. So I was like, all right, I'm going to finally get that done. She was doing her job. Barbers are meant to be friendly and chat.
True.
No, that's true. They usually are very chatty. I have never had I've maybe had one other person comment on my hair. Actually, I think it was when I went a couple times to where you go to get your haircut. The lady that used to work there a long time ago. That's another story.
Oh, I don't go to Dolly anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Anyway.
I go on. I'm on this side of town now. Actually,
nice.
Used to go Pocket and Baker went to for a little bit, but yeah, no, I've been at a different place for a while.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Well, anyway,
Yes.
when I went there a few times, and the person that was cutting my hair, I think she commented on my hair a few times, but that was it. That's really the best I've gotten.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I go down. I made an appointment a week ago at my local Best Buy. Yours is at 87%. That's still pretty good. I think once it gets under 80, that's when you can start noticing battery health along with charging and all that kind of stuff. Also, the battery, I think, starts to wear down where it's not quite, you can notice a little difference in speed as well. I made an appointment a week ago. They said, great, here it is. Here's the time. I'm like, well, that should give them plenty of time to have a battery. Foreshadowing. Go down there. I'm a little bit early, which is great. I get in. They're like, oh, okay, well, look. So they have to go through and they have to do like I have an iPhone. So they have to go there and they have to plug it in. They're like, okay, we have to do a diagnostic and then we have to do a face scan thing to make sure so they'd run all these diagnostics to make sure it's working. About 15 minutes later, after all this is done, he's like, all right, let me go check and make sure we have the battery. And I said, how come you don't do that before we do all of this? And he says, I can't. I said, what do you mean you can't? And he's like, well, it has to do all this. And we basically have to then say to Apple, yes, we need to replace this battery because the diagnostic met certain requirements. And I was like, okay. I'm like, before you even did that, it would have been nice to see. So he walks back. You see where this is going. He walks back.
I know where this is going.
I wait another few minutes. He's back there for a while. I get worried the longer it takes. Also the name of my sex tape. Get worried the longer it takes. And all of a sudden he comes back and he's like, sir, I'm sorry. Actually, we don't have any of those batteries. And I said, you really couldn't have looked before we went through all of it. No, he's like, all the diagnostic stuff is saved on there. He's like, I recommend you probably go down to the Apple store at La Encantada. I was like, should I have just made an appointment there? Like, I thought I would come here because you were on this site. I said, I made the appointment a week ago, so it doesn't so
you'd have my battery.
Hold that the battery would be there.
So you'd have my battery.
Order one, or it doesn't allow me to make an appointment because it knows all the other stuff. Berserker, how's it going? Ahoy, my beverage inclined boys.
We are beverage inclined. That's true. We're not beverage reclined though.
Yeah, 88%. You're you're in good shape there. So I was like, all right. I'm like, can you check? He's like, well, no, we're not. He's like, we're just we work with the Apple store. He's like, but we can't check their stock. I was like, okay. I'm like, he's like, well, you could try the Wetmore store, this other store. And I'm like, okay.
Just go right to La Encantada.
So no, I immediately walked outside, got on my phone and tried to make an appointment, which thankfully I was able to do. So I made an appointment for it was in an hour. So I was like, oh, thank God they had an open appointment. So I did that, drove all the way across town even further, went to the Apple store. What, you're giving me a look?
Oh, all the way across town. You just mean to La Encantada, right?
Yeah, it was 20 or 25 minutes, 20-minute drive or whatever.
To me, all the way across town, it's like Harrison and Speedway or something.
Is that even?
Or even Pantano and Broadway. Is
there even over there? I don't even think there's anyone over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit! Did I mention I can't drink alcohol for a good while? I did not know that. Well, at least one of the last things of alcohol you had was your favorite beer, so that's at least good. That's at least a good thing. So I drive there.
Right.
Apple store. I know you're gonna be shocked. Very crowded.
Oh yeah.
Very crowded. Security guards when you walk in.
Yes. I was there recently.
The three people in front of me, they immediately went, face mask for you, face mask for you, face mask. Like everyone had to wear a face mask in there, which I was already on. So I walked in, I had mine on. And I was like, I've got mine on. They're like, great, thank you, we appreciate that. But yeah, they were literally like the three people in front of me walked in. Hello, we're on that side of town.
To me, that's over on the other side of town.
Yeah. You're more of you're more of like a destination. It's like a vacation driving over to your house. the amount of beverages and services and everything. It's a day trip. It's a trip. It's like, do you want to go to California or do you want to go over to HJ's house? I'll think about it. There's better beer at HJ's house. And whiskey for that matter. Actually, there's better everything there. Like, please.
It's just better.
So I went in there, so I had to, wait. They're like, oh, you're a little early, but that's fine. Cause I walked in early, a little early. That's fine. Okay. So I wait for them. And there's like probably 20 actual staff people working around, like working with all these people. Yep. It's an amazing system they have going on. And all of a sudden someone comes over and they're like, oh, Andrew. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We see you want to change out I said, yeah. I said, the diagnostics is already done. They told me to say that. They told me, they're like, oh, great. Yeah, we can look. Okay, cool. We don't have to do that. So that saved some time there.
Yeah.
But then they came out and then so then I had to wait again. And another guy comes out and he does all his little stuff. And he's like, okay, yeah, that's what it says. Yeah. Everything else is perfectly fine on your phone. Just would need a new battery. I'm like, okay, that's what I wanted. Can I please have a new? Yep. We've got that in stock. We also have to replace your speakers for some reason. That's free. Cause when they removed the battery in that, I don't know if it was a warranty thing or whatever else. So they were replacing the speakers that were at the bottom and they were replacing the battery. I'm like, okay. All right, and we're going to take a look. And all right, your phone is in great shape. No cracks, no this and that. So they make all these notes and everything. I'm like, okay. All right, so it's going to be about an hour and a half. I'm like, oh, my God.
Wow.
Okay. Like, okay. So I went and had lunch. And I just like, okay. And then not having a phone for an hour and a half is weird.
That's a weird thing.
I'm wondering, even though I told people I was getting that changed out, I was like, well, gosh, what if somebody needed me? What if I have literally no access. I don't know what time it is because I don't have a watch on. My other watch needs a battery that I don't have. I going into stores, trying to find a clock. So that was why I literally went back to the restaurant I did because I was like, well, I know they'll have a TV on that'll have the clock so I can watch that. And that was literally why I went back to the restaurant I had. But yeah, it was nuts. So I went through, did that process. I come back. And it took the full time. I came in like 5 minutes early, like, well, yeah, I've got a few more minutes. Like, wow, is there a guy in the back that's furiously trying to finish the battery like as I'm coming in?
I didn't get my text message. Oh, that's right. I can't.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't get a message about that. So I waited. They come out. They're like, all right, yeah, here, thank you. We got this done. You didn't come in for a new screen, did you? I was like, no. And he's like, okay, that must be, they cracked it when they opened it. So you put a new screen on there. So that was free. So then they had to so then it was on the bill. So they had to credit it back. So they actually broke my screen when they went and replaced the battery too. So I have a brand new screen, even though my screen was in fine shape.
That phone is almost new.
It is almost new.
Did you need a new processor by any chance?
I know, that would be great. Like, could you have broken that?
Did you come in here for an iPhone 13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just slide it across the desk.
There you are.
But they were very fun. And then then they give me the phone and he's like, oh yeah, so he's checking out. And it was like, I think it was like $70 or whatever. So basically for a new battery, I have even if it only lasts a year, I'm stoked. Because like I said, again, it ran fine. So I pick up the phone. He's finishing stuff. I look, the battery they have in there, I have 10% charge left on there.
Oh gosh.
And I look and I was like, what is this? Did you give me an old battery? There's only 10% on here. And I was like, what is this business? And he's like, well, it's probably been in a box for about a year for someone to use, like since you have an iPhone 10. And I was like, okay. And then we were finishing up and he's like, I know you were kidding. He's like, but you have 90 days. If there's any problem with the battery, you can come back. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I was just like more pissed at Best Buy where it's like, they know the phone I'm coming in for because all of that is logged, the serial number, all that stuff. You would think either they're ordering one or they say, no, this person's appointment needs to be canceled because we don't have it. Because I even asked them, I said, is there another one coming in soon? Should I just make a new appointment? Like, what? No, we really don't know. It's like, well, then why are you scheduling people for these?
Yeah, that's very frustrating. Yep.
One of the things it said on the leaflet for the meds was do not drink alcohol. And wow, it actually said on these fuckers. That's surprising. Yeah. I like how they phrase things over there in the UK. That's pretty good. Its own subsection. I'm a destination outside of town. You need a map under the moonlight and a loony guide, some rations that expire easy, and a sense of hope that quickly diminishes. That sounds like when we were playing Red Dead the other day, Gallicos, and you led me on a treasure hunt, but we did find gold bars, so that worked out well.
Gold bars.
Well, I haven't got it. You need to talk for a little bit so I can drink this. So what kind of mad story? Do you have something you want to say about?
Sure. Actually, we have some great news. Doesn't involve me though.
Hold on. Let's see. Wait, we've got so this is the beverage. What would you say overall? You liked it, but you wouldn't call it a milkshake?
No, I wouldn't call it a milkshake, but I actually like it because it is, there's just enough orange where it's not overly so. And I like the bitter. So it's kind of like, I like the bitterness and the orange. I think it's good.
Keith's irises aren't registering in my brain. Wow. That's good. We do have, I actually looked at my eyes the other day and I was like, I have really nice eyes.
I love my eyes.
I almost tweeted it. I was like, I should have just taken a picture really close up. Just one eyeball. Elena being the name of the drug company. Okay, yes. I think, I think
as
I've
opposed to stealing Elena's meds.
stealing, yeah. Do not drink alcohol. We'll take, yeah. I think most medicines usually say that.
Yeah.
It's really just a recommendation. Though.
No, but I
you
like
choose
it.
yourself.
I think it's good. It's obviously a disturbing name or reference to
the reference kind of makes it slightly less
the holiday
exciting.
movie at HJ's house. But no, I'm just kidding.
All right. So while I drink this, Keith has got some information here. Let's
we've
let
got
the build up happen.
Oh my gosh, it's loud.
Don't jump over. Oh man, I got this too.
I don't know. I like it though.
Okay, there we go.
It's your team fight tactics story of the week. So.
I accidentally smacked my forehead on the mirror, inspecting my eyelashes.
I like my. Oh, yeah. Rendered myself unconscious. So, I think there might be a new patch coming out, but that might not be for the TFT. It might be more for the actual League of Legends.
Okay.
But so this morning,
Yes.
Pocket crossed the threshold into Diamond.
Diamond.
Yes.
Let's go.
And one of the things she said to me
If you
today.
give me diamonds and pearls.
And one of
Is
the
that what it
things-
says when you get it?
No, it doesn't say.
Damn
that.
it! They don't pay for the Prince song.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Well, one of the things she actually said to me when I got home, she's like, because then she won to get into it, and then she won again to be solidly entrenched.
Nice.
And she said, because I wanted you to be able to talk about it tonight.
Love
and
it.
I was thinking that too on About Beverages. We have our update, and yeah, so she has she's moved into Diamond 4.
Have you guys ever?
Have you ever?
Apparently, it caused me to have stronger reaction to the alcohol. That sounds like an okay. No, I'm kidding. Do not drink alcohol.
Do
with
not
your
do
meds.
that.
I am joking. But that sounds funny though. That sounds like something you would do in a movie. Have you ever tried to matchmake yourselves against each other in a match like that, where one of you could throw
So
your way to victory?
we actually could compete against each other.
Oh,
But then you're also competing against 6 other people.
oh, there's 8 total.
Yeah, it's 8 total.
Oh, that's right, because it's like different matches
Yeah.
of things. Okay.
And we actually have done that in not a ranked game, but in a normal game, because there were certain challenges that you could do to open up certain treasures and things like that. So we have played against each other in a normal game, but
You actually
I don't think
competed
in a
though.
ranked game. Yeah. But then we were rooting for each other.
Oh, okay.
Because we were right next to, we're like, okay, I got this. Oh, I took this person down. I took that person. Oh, I lost to that person. Oh, I got that person. Yeah, so it was actually kind of fun. So,
And then there were 2.
yes. And I think we actually may have gotten down to the last 2. And I'm pretty sure that if we were the last 2 that she won, or we were in the top 3 together. I don't know. Maybe we just couldn't take down number 1, but it was fun. So, but yeah.
You're all,
so-
how much is this match worth to you?
Well, and I was trying, because she was, like I said, trying to get these certain objectives to unlock certain things. So, but it was fun. So, into the diamond she goes.
Congratulations, Pocket.
Yes.
That is fantastic. And to
Yes.
get that next victory into it is always like a good feeling.
Right, as opposed
Not
to
just and then possibly going to be back
Yeah.
out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how close are you to Diamond?
Well, so I've been playing a lot more of the other
that's right.
game,
You do
the
the
hyper
speed
roll
thing,
game,
right?
the faster game. So, and I'd gotten to.
Does that have
a
its own
different
ranking
level.
system?
Yeah, it does. It goes more of a points thing, and so I had gotten up to over 4,000. Then I dropped down to like 3,200. But I was trying a lot of different things, and it's that game platform lends itself to that more because they don't go as long.
Oh,
and
sure.
So you're not as and also there's something even
If something's not working, like this will be over in 5 minutes, I can do a different build
and
or
I'm
whatever.
not as I'm invested in it, but not as invested. But yeah, I get to sort of play with some different things. But no, I'm still in. I dropped down to gold actually, but I'm back in plat 4. So.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
yeah,
still,
but it's good. I mean, I'm not. Yeah. So.
but you haven't been messing with that one near as much.
Not as much. No.
Okay.
I dropped down and gold, and I got pissed, and then I fortunately won the next 2 to move back up. So, like, damn it, I don't want to be down in gold, especially if this changes out soon. So, but yeah, are we gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the other one. So we've got one more Halloween spooky beer. Well, actually neither of them are pumpkin. I could have brought up the pumpkin picture, but neither of them are really pumpkin. So yeah, let me.
No, they're just Halloween themed.
Halloween themed. Yeah. Yeah,
or Friday the 13th.
Thing, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Has anyone ever,
Scary
I'm sure
movie?
at some point someone has worn a costume from a Clockwork Orange to a Halloween
Probably
something.
somebody's done that.
Someone has done
The hat
that creepy,
and the eye
bowler
thing.
hat and the white, and the nose thing.
I'm
or
sure
whatever.
somebody has done that.
Yeah, exactly. At some point, like it's like you go as a couple, and the other one's like an old man from that scene. Anyway, we'll go. Stop there. So you have not seen the movie, have you?
No, I haven't seen the movie.
Okay. When will you be seeing that soon? Well, no, I'll go grab the other beverage, and then when I come back, I'll say, speaking of movies, and that's how we'll start to that. So,
all right.
Should we take an actual break, or should I just go grab it?
Yeah, maybe just grab it, and then we'll break after that.
Okay, I'll get the beer too. All right, let me go.
Just grab it.
Just grab it. I'm off.
Oh, he's off. So I'm here alone. I'm all by myself. But that's okay. Yeah. So Andrew's grabbing. It's I believe it's another orange milkshake IPA, and this one is called Juicin' Voorhees, because of the Friday the 13th villain is Jason Voorhees. So this is Juicin' Voorhees. So we'll find out how this stacks up. That wasn't, like I said, too much of a milkshake IPA, but I enjoyed it anyways, because it had the that kind of nice little bitterness, and the orange was present but not overly so. But anyway, well, thank you everybody for being here tonight, and yeah, we're just getting started, and I'm all alone, but only for a few more seconds. Because he's back.
I'm back.
He's back. How was my day? My day was good. I worked today. I work at Trader Joe's, as many of you know, and man, we're busy. It's like it's the holidays already or something, but I guess we are getting close to the holidays. But
were you taking what you're given?
Because I'm working for a living.
Knocked it out. There we go.
Oh, well, working for a living.
You successfully matchmade against friends. Find a second. Find that. Yeah, you just kind of start getting off at each other. We're here with you, Keith.
I know you are. All
right, so we've got another beverage here. This is this one probably even ties more specifically into Halloween.
And I did mention
that it's not a milkshake IPA. Okay, it's juicing. Yeah, so it does not involve O.J. Simpson. It's not the juice. It's not O.J.
No, not that.
No, that'd be scary in itself.
Yeah, the scariest beer
This
ever.
is Juicin' Voorhees.
Juicin' Voorhees.
This is a double IPA, an orange double IPA.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is not a milkshake IPA. It's just a double IPA. The orange does carry over. I don't know if it's just from the hops or what have we got here. Let me check on the back. I also did get this one this is from San Diego, California, Pariah Brewing Company. I got this recently. I think you can still buy this actually on their website. Behringer fall. So this is a fall seasonal. Doesn't say that they actually put any other kind of fruit stuff in here. Canned on 8/20.
Okay. Got a couple months.
Drink within 90 days. So
close.
So they're trying to make it. Yep, we were getting close there.
We're getting there.
Where can I find this can? I dig it. Heavy.
Pocket's liking it.
Coolest name. Yeah, that is really good. Juicin' Voorhees. Yeah, we will see. You can order it from their website link if you do the !beverages command. I don't know if they ship into other states
California
or whatnot.
purchase,
This was
you said,
California purchase. Okay. Yeah, I have not seen this around town. I did see some of the ones you bought like a while back with the dinosaur on them and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So they have like 3 or 4 of those. I was at AJ's today, obviously walking around as I had time. They had like 3 or 4 from that brewery.
Oh good, you went to AJ's.
I did. I went in there.
Going into AJ's.
I was checking out Arbuckle stock.
Everything's really expensive.
Going there.
Yeah, that's a great. Actually, that article that I sent you a link to, the 20 or 21 most relevant IPAs for this year,
right,
actually had one of them in it.
Juicin' Voorhees sounds like a bodybuilder's Halloween costume. That's amazing, Berserker. How's everything going with you? Everything going well? I'm back from playing Mr. Nurse. How are the picks tonight? So far, they haven't been too bad.
Well, we've only had one. So we're one
This is
for
pick
one.
number 2. Yeah. First one is not too bad. We've got wine, and then we will have the whiskey in a little bit if you can stay awake. I know you've got a lot going on your palate and your plate and all those things. Okay. I have thoughts.
But that article
But that article, I just thought for sure. I just thought for sure you were going to say like, yeah, and the Two Hearted was at the top again.
Oh, it was like number 7 or 8.
I don't know why people like that beer so much.
Okay, but I don't. I get that.
Yeah,
it was.
You better get
the
that.
The Pliny was higher by 1, which I like I said I'm fine.
As long as
it
it's
was
higher.
some of the other choices that were in there.
Okay,
one of them was from Athletic Brewing Company, not one of the ones we had tried.
Nothing on that list should be from Athletic Brewing Company.
And I was so surprised. And their top 2 were, it was weird.
Just had a coffee. I'm in it for the long haul, boys.
All right.
Can't miss the whiskey. Love to hear it. Good aroma on this one. This one's a little more natural, like a little more like kind of more almost like the rind a little bit. And a little more tropical, like a little peach in there too.
Yeah.
Along with the orange.
Right.
Yeah, that label is good too, right? That's good marketing. I always wonder about some of these, and I think it's come up. Like, there's a lot of breweries that do stuff that is like they're almost like that Milkshake Orange one I did. That was almost the picture,
right,
from them. Like,
or the what's legal? In the hops?
Yeah, like is that like
Yep.
I wonder what the legalities of that are. I would love to like if we could get a lawyer on here to interview like about some of these questions. I would love to go through. Does that turn into satire where it's okay? Like, is it one of those things?
So how does that work? Is that legal?
As long as they don't say a Clockwork Orange, like, you know, is that what's fine? Oh, definitely very different. Both of them. This one is a little bit, even though it's a double, it seems lighter to me, a little thinner in body. So maybe that's where the milkshake part comes in. That one definitely had a little more body to it compared to this one. Definitely a little more, even though I thought maybe this one was going to be very orange, maybe because that one was so orangey, it's taken it out a little bit because we just had it. I'm getting definitely more peach, tropical, things of that nature.
Yeah. This is,
I like this though.
2 months old, so it probably lost maybe a little bit of high note in there.
Just a whisper.
A little bit.
Yeah. A little George Michael it lost on there.
But,
Careless Whisper.
Careless Whisper.
I saw the Milkshake Orange one. How was it? Sounds delicious right now, honestly. It actually was very good. It was very good because it wasn't too over the top sweet. We've had some milkshake ones where they're either a little too fake with some of the flavoring, or like, you know, the vanilla or just something else just kind of comes through. That one was actually, we almost didn't even notice it was a Milkshake IPA. Now to having this one. So yeah, good body in the other one, good flavor, very natural. Like, yeah, I would recommend that one. I like that one. Yeah. I like this one too. Honestly, I think both of these are very good. I would like to seek out other things that the brewery we just had, which was Paperback Brewing. They're out of, what did I say, Glendale, California.
Okay.
A lot of their beers are milkshake inspired. Like they have a strawberry shortcake sour, Under Pressure, which is a West Coast IPA. Bunny with a Chainsaw, not sure what that is. Paranoid Android, so we've got that. Attack of the Space Cats. Planet of the Pagans. They literally have a beer that's called What the Fuck. Satan Wears Pajamas. That's an American Red Ale. I don't know why that's an American Red Ale, but they've got a lot of fun sounding beers. Nude Peach. Also a great name for a beer.
Nude Peach. Okay.
Peaches and Cream Milkshake IPA. They had a couple milkshake IPAs, so that's what I was noticing. They have a triple hazy. Fancy Pants Kolsch. So I was feeling celebratory with such a big event in my life. Obviously, impulse bought some celebratory bottles. What did you get? Did you get some of the ones you
what's the big event? Do we know?
You sent me some stuff about, huh? Did you get the ones you were talking about in Discord? Berserker sent me a link in Discord.
Do we know what the big event is?
I don't know. It depends on if he wants to talk about it.
Okay,
it's up to him.
All right.
Did you message it? No, it was actually in the Discord. It was actually in the About Beverages Discord. ! Discord if you'd like to join the Discord. Basil Hayden Toast and the Lagavulin 11-year Nick Offerman Guinness Whiskey. I'm jealous. I have heard about the toast. I have not had it. I bought a Nick Offerman for somebody else, but I have not had the Guinness version of that. I haven't had either of them, but I didn't. It wasn't the Guinness version. It was just like the regular version. That sounds pretty amazing. You put that in the pub, I know, right?
The pub.
Starward. This is the one he messaged me about earlier. Octave Barrels. These are Australian whiskeys.
Okay.
Red wine barrel aged whiskey. Can't get more Australian than this. Fully matured the single malt in Octavia Shiraz barrels. So that seems kind of nutty. Like I said, that seems pretty good. And they have like 3 or 4 others. They're all on the expensive side. I think the cheapest one they had was like 80 or 90, and then everything else was like 125, 150. But they're single malt, so they're going to be kind of similar to, obviously, Scotch is probably where they're getting some of their influence. But yeah, those sounded really good. I'd like to look for some of those. Oh, weird. It's a 700 ml bottle.
Oh,
why is that?
So that they can have it for under $150.
That's right. If they'd have made it a 750, it would have been like 155. Like, no one likes that price.
No.
That price sucks. That price is terrible. Well, that sounds very exciting. I am glad that you are treating yourself. That is absolutely fantastic. And I look forward to hearing your tasting notes on it as well. I have not been able to find the toast. I don't think. I haven't seen the Guinness one. Their 2 full bottle is $50, I believe. Oh, is it? Is that one cheaper? Maybe that one got down. Let's try it. Clicking on whiskey. Scrolling. I've enjoyed their whiskey. Oh, have you actually had some of these? Oh, okay. I did not know you'd actually had one of these. Twofold. Buy now. Well, at least this says 65, but that could be like where I'm at for some reason. Double grain whiskey. So this one is a silver medal winner. Australian double grain whiskey, malted barley, and Australian wheat. Lightly charred or steamed barrels sourced from Australian wineries that make... Okay, so they're using a lot of wine barrel things for these. That sounds really interesting to me, because adding that kind of fruit component, that fruit characteristic. I've had their twofold and then Nova, and both I've enjoyed quite a bit. Okay, well, I'll have to keep an eye out for these then. I don't think we've ever had anything like Australian whiskey, other than the gin was from Australia. The 4 pillars.
Right, the 4 pillars.
The quad pillar. The quattro pilares, as they say in Australia. This is Starward. I marked my list. Yeah, Starward is the... did you get this one on your list, Zach? And good to see you, Zach. Fine to see you this evening. The Starward is the one. It is in Discord right now. I can just put this to make it easier if people want to check out what we're looking at right there. It is right. This is the twofold, which looks very interesting. Good to see you as well. Good to see you as well.
Yes. Good to have you here.
They even have recipes and stuff. See, so this is what's funny. Like a lot of these whiskeys, like I've seen, and this could be because of shipping price or whatever, but like let's say it's $65. And a lot of these are like, oh, you can make this mixed drink and this. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
At $65, I'm already not making a mixed
65.
drink with whatever you're showing me.
Yeah, the threshold for a mixed drink price is what? 25?
I'd go up to 30.
Okay. All right.
Because there's some, like, I think there's like the Elijah Craig small batch that's like around 25 to 30.
Okay.
That's a great mixer because it has a little bit more complexity to it. Too much over that, like, yeah, I'd have to be like
winning a lot more bets.
I'd have to win a lot more bets.
The $4,000 bet you almost won.
Oh my God.
Maybe then.
The $4,000 bet that was off the tip of tight end's fingers.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate. Like I said, thankfully it wasn't my money, or that's like, those are the things where people go get drunk and like leave, never come home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You seek that guy out. Why didn't you catch that ball? You owe me $4,000.
Yeah. You just cost me $50,000.
Yeah.
You just cost me $4,000.
You owe me $4,000.
Oh my God. But yeah, that one sounds really good. What was the other one you said? Nova. That's that show that's on PBS, right? That talks about the space, the final frontier, all those things.
The Nova.
Nova. Lady, you're my Nova and shining.
I've got Kenny Rogers. Wow.
So this one's $96. A fruity double distilled single malt made with Australian barley, craft brewer's yeast for extra flavor. Lightly charred Australian wineries make. So it's Shiraz, Cabernet, and Pinot Noir barrels it was aged in. They're really leaning into the wine stuff. That sounds amazing. The missus is doing well so far post-surgery, and we are hoping this big step gets us up the right track finally. So I'm definitely prematurely celebrating because there's still a ways to go, but I feel good about it. YOLO, right.
You gotta, you every step you have to celebrate. You can't wait for some big thing to happen. You hope it does, but just appreciate every moment. Enjoy every moment.
Exactly what he said. Appreciate every little milestone on the journey, because along that journey, you're going to have milestones and then you're going to have setbacks. And if you keep waiting till you get to the final thing, you're almost never maybe going to get to fully celebrate.
A lot of times,
or all of the celebrations you could have had along the way that you missed out on.
Yeah.
Just to have this one, and who knows who, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, that is a fantastic way to look at it. As long as she's not like, wait, while I was drugged out after surgery, you were buying whiskey.
You were buying.
You son of a bitch. As long as that is not the case, which I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be. But honestly, I can't. Like I said, I'm very envious of both of those purchases. I'm interested to hear about that. Honestly, like both of those.
That's not a touchdown.
I like both of these.
I do too. Which one do you like better?
Man, I think I like the first one a little bit better.
That's the one I'm choosing too.
It's very close though, because and what you commented on even the first one, I like the kind of the surprising bitterness that was in that one. That may turn people off a little bit, but that actually kind of made me happy because you're expecting a little overly sweet, and there was enough of that. But then there, keep it down, boy. She's in the room.
I like this one. To me is just more like other IPAs, other double IPAs.
Good one.
Whereas good one,
yeah.
But whereas that other one is like. I like the bitter and the orange combining there. It's good.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, definitely agree. So whether we like it or... Oh, wait. We did not do a podcast.
You should.
We didn't do an official podcast.
Give it a Voorheesian shot.
Damn it. You even had a good outro line, too. Son of a bitch.
Where are those when we're actually on?
I know.
I always say the same thing.
What are you going to... Well, do you want to try and workshop or think of something now? Because we're going to have a red wine blend that you may want to hit your Thanksgiving or holiday tasting table. Because this is one that you constantly recommend, yet have never had.
So I don't know if this would necessarily be one for the Thanksgiving table. I mean, it could certainly be. It's one that I recommend a lot when people are saying that they need a blend or they need a red to take somewhere. Do
you ask them how good their friend is?
Yeah, how much do you like them?
Do you like this person?
But like I said, and it just depends. Sometimes when Thanksgiving rolls around, you may spend a little bit more, get something a little bit more complex. I haven't had this in a few years. It's one that, like I said, that I did used to really like, and it still sells very well.
Based on your recommendation, I'm sure.
Well, that could be part of it. So
I'm going to say that it is 100%. I would love to hear your takes on the Star Word. I'm about to gift a bottle of the pot. I mean, we wouldn't turn down a gift, but you shouldn't feel like you need to.
Yeah, right.
You shouldn't feel that you need to. These are expensive things, but at some point we need to find one of those.
Just gift us a flask.
Exactly. That's what we need to start to. I see a lot of that on TikTok. Like our people literally, because in the bourbon community that I'm, a part of and following a lot of different videos and stuff, a lot of people are like, oh, so-and-so, they sent me these, and they send like little shot for them to try and taste it. And a lot of them, it's actually interesting. They will send like 2 or 3 and blind taste and say, we want you to try, and then we'll let you know what they were. You can look at it later to kind of just see what, you like or whatever. So like I said, that's definitely always an option for people. If enough people actually start asking, but like I've had a few people legitimately ask about sending stuff. Like maybe at some point we need to get a post office box. I did look it up. It's like, I think it's like $10 a month. I don't know if that's, a little bit, might be a little bit worth it. I'm not sure. We've got it. Actually, you should be getting some coffee from another coffee roaster.
Oh, cool.
And they're actually putting out it's going to be like a holiday, or I think it might be specifically toward Christmas, kind of like blends. Okay. So they were said they wanted to maybe send us a couple of those, because I reached out to a coffee. Now, they go more for a lot of the stuff that they do, it's flavored coffee.
Okay.
But it seems like they're actually using like real ingredients. It seemed very interesting. We'll have to look at it a little bit more. I'll show you some of that stuff. But yeah, we've been wanting to get into some more coffee. So I kind of had tweeted about some stuff, and a few people reached out, and then another person was like, well, you should look into these. And so they were nice. They responded right away, and they're like, yeah, like that would be interesting. That would be great. I think that would be a good fit. And so
it's actually rapidly approaching our I think our 4th annual outing.
It is.
Now we've got some website stuff happening. Is there still enough in there for us to get?
The coffers might be a little lighter this year.
We got wild turkey this year.
Yeah, the coffers might be a little lighter this year. We'll have to see. Well, because even last year it felt like, what was last year was
we went back actually. Price
we kind of did, just because it was
not that it wasn't.
It was still expensive.
Yeah, not that it wasn't.
Our brother should still be very happy, because he winds up getting the majority of the bottle. Yeah. Although he has multiple, he has little bits of some of the previous ones. We need to make sure we take advantage of that the next time we go over. It's like we walk in, like, what beer do you want? No, to the cabinet.
No.
To the cabinet.
We've got 3 years. We've got history here.
But yeah, like the last year was the Jerk, which was great. I'd actually like to have some more of that one. That one was fantastic.
Because there's what, Time and Tide? And
yeah.
we bought one expression.
We got Tide?
It'd almost be fun to get the
It'd be neat if we could actually find the other one. That would be cool.
So, but we'll have to see what's out there.
Well, I almost thought, because I have a couple leads on some kind of rare whiskey bottles, which it's a little early, but I know we usually have fun doing the going out.
If you've got something you mean like something from like Batch or Westbound or something? Or?
No, some other people that have reached it, like I said, for either like a Weller foolproof kind of thing, like a fairly kind of rare one of those, like to find. So I don't know. It might be worth it. When is the rum discussion? Dr. Taco, I'm sure you're demanding rum discussion. We actually had rum discussion kind of last week. If you go into the archives at, you know what, here, I'm going to hit you with the link right here. And it's good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Did we have rum discussion last week?
We did. Are you ready for how this goes down?
How did we do that?
Actually, that's the previous week. Hold on. Wait. This is what you know. Shameless plug. Follow on Twitter, YouTube, subscribe. So last week, we did an Angel's Envy aged in.
Oh, that's true.
2 weeks ago.
Was it? Wait, no, we were...
2 weeks ago.
Okay, so because last week was the short week.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
What was it aged in?
Caribbean rum cask.
Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah. So if you're interested in a rye whiskey that was fantastic.
It was.
Really was delicious. I've had more of that since then. Aged in the in rum cask. You should go check out our review of that one. But if you want to just hang out, we are going to have a red wine, and then we're going to have some a 7-year aged barrel aged single barrel whiskey here in just a minute as well.
Bakers.
So, but thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like this one. I like both of them. I think I like the other one a little bit better, but neither one of these I would turn down.
And neither one of them were pumpkin, so that's good. They were seasonal. They were Halloween appropriate. We're just a few days away from Halloween. So, but none of them were pumpkin. And actually, I think that's just kind of a thing that's sort of taken on a life over the years. That whole the banter and all that comes with that, because there are some good pumpkin beers out there.
There are some that we highly recommend, as well as I'm sure this year when the batch is complete, we'll have to share a pumpkin porter as well.
Of course,
all the homebrew pumpkin porter. I'm telling you, and we get my wife back to health and Kyle as well, and we're going to have to figure out an About Beverages Ohio Boys crossover and enjoy some good whiskeys. COVID safe, of course. I love this idea. I would 100% be down with this, some sort of cross podcast. Like if we could figure out a way to have similar things, and I think that would be super fun. I would love to do that. That would be a blast. But yeah. All right. So red wine, huh? Do you want to talk? So this is one you have recommended, just haven't had it in a while.
Just haven't had it in a while. It's been one I've been thinking of. So do we want to talk about this as we're recording for the podcast?
Well, usually some of this stuff is a little bit extra, right? So I think we can chat with this.
So
while
lately, I've
been
in more of a wine enjoying phase.
Well, don't blow your intro. No,
make up your mind. For God's sakes! I said, should we not say this? Oh no, we should talk about it. Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
And I start talking. Well, don't say that.
I thought
you can't have it both ways.
I thought you'd go into. So let's go at it from this direction. So do they change the blend every year? Is it something that they do differently every year?
Like I have no idea.
Okay,
you have probably a flavor profile.
So you have a cut sheet for this, correct? That you can look up. Do you have some information on this?
I do. It's a Zinfandel based red blend that also has Merlot and Syrah.
Okay, is it majority Zinfandel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Zinfandel is the lead grape on that, and
I'll take the lead on this one.
Take the lead.
Says
take the lead
Zinfandel.
Grape.
I'll take the lead.
Don't worry, boys. I've got this. Merlot and Syrah. I've got this.
Settle down. Blew it, Gabe. I set him up for that. I didn't think you practiced, like the way you just went into that. I was like, oh my God, that's the intro. Like, stop that. I thought you just might have like, well, yeah, when people are always asking for, like we said.
I had said that already.
Do they?
I thought you wanted something new.
Do they adjust the alcohol every year?
Oh yeah, that's what they're trying. That's what they're shooting.
This
one needs to be higher in alcohol.
No, I have no idea. As much as I'd hoped. And like most Trader Joe's things, unfortunately, the link is usually it's not a Fearless Flyer item.
Correct.
If it is, sometimes you can find that stuff.
Correct.
So the link I have in there is actually to Vivino, which is a new, well, it's been around for a while. Keith has been using this site on his own. He's been two-timing me outside of About Beverages. It's fine.
Right.
It's fine. Right. I get it. But we have started an About Beverages Vivino account, so we will start now. Every time we are doing a wine, we will start adding it to there as well. So if you have any reason or want to follow us, when the new website hits very soon, hopefully in the next couple weeks or so, you'll be able to check out not only Vivino, but Untapped and Distiller. All three of those you can see as we do tastings and try things maybe that wasn't during the podcast, might be during the week. You can check that stuff out too. So that kind of ties into that.
Right.
I'm a big red wine fan as well, so my ears are wide open. Yeah, I'm excited too. Zinfandel,
we'll see.
Zinfandel is always one that I do love. Like I said, when we talk Trader Joe's, for the most part, usually this is the whole flavor to value kind of ratio. Like, right. Are we meeting that? Like, wow, this is really good. Oh, and it's this, or is it like, right. Yeah, they should have added a couple dollars more worth of grapes. Sometimes there's that too. Also, true. Your wife loves Trader Joe's.
Okay, well,
look at that.
We'll find out.
We've got a lot to live up to right here, but we're going to go grab some wine glasses. We're probably going to, is it a cork?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to have to go grab a corkscrew.
We should probably open it while we're out there to give it a little breathing time.
Okay. Should we?
A few extra.
Okay. All right. We will do that. And we will be
right back. Still sounds good.
What's that?
The stinger.
I love the stinger.
I love it.
I love it.
The return. The intro.
The return of the stinger. The return of the one-hit wonder. The return of the Mac.
The return of the Mac. I actually heard that on the way over.
Bust a move?
No, Return of the Mac.
Oh, okay. Not Return of the one-hit wonder?
Not Young MC.
Not Young MC? Or
no.
Did you hear Young MC?
No, Mark
Which
Morrison.
MC did you hear?
I heard Mark Morrison. I don't know if he's an MC or not.
Mark Morrison? Oh, okay.
That's Return of the Mac.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
Return of the Mac. Oh, no.
Yeah. Go on.
No, because now that you put these entire shows up.
Continue. Yeah.
It's there for everyone to see.
This is all the stuff you always hoped would go away at some point.
I know. I was happy that a lot of this went away. Now I'm much less uninhibited. I am inhibited.
You're inhibited. My inhibitions are uninhibited.
That's right. Wait, huh?
No idea. All right, we are going to do a podcast, an official recording of a podcast. Not that the information we gave out earlier wasn't informative and thoughtful and kind of analyzing, but we do a little bit more when we're actually going to record the material that will not only, like this video, go up on YouTube, but goes up on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. If you have a favorite podcasting app, you should probably check for About Beverages there. Actually, that was one thing I got to do while I was at the
yeah, you have all this found time. You're like, I can't go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. But of course, then you don't have your phone. So how'd you do it?
I know it was bad. I just walked around.
You stayed in the Apple store and used there. You signed in with your account.
I could. Yeah, I logged in with
their account.
Can I have a loaner phone, please? Yeah, can I have a burner? No, when I was at the App Store, the guy was they're like, oh, so how's your day going? What are you doing with the rest of your day? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, like doing this. And I said later, my brother and I, we record a podcast. He's like, oh, really? What's podcast? So I started talking about that, gave him a business card.
Leave the cards around.
There you go. Like, I left one behind each iPhone as I left, hoping so when they pick it up, it would fall down. I'm like, oh, what's this?
This is the rest of my day. It seems.
Yeah. Apparently this will be my entire day. Watching someone in a man bun. No, it was a decent age range of people there as well. Mostly younger, but there was like a couple people in my age range within 20 years or so, something like that. But they were they were fine. They were all everyone in there was very busy but very nice.
Yeah,
it was crazy watching them go through the iPad to set up my account and phone. Yeah, it was like
How are you doing this?
It was like when people they're like, here, can you solve this Rubik's Cube? And they just hand it back to you. It's about how it felt. Like they were just like, they're like, oh, okay. And they were doing it with both thumbs on the side of an iPad.
You can set it up that way too. The keyboards.
It's like, my God. Yeah. Like, settle down. I'm not in that much of a hurry.
But you were.
I was a little bit.
They were making everything go fast.
Well, all of a sudden I was like, and I told Keith he could be here earlier today. Yeah. I'm like, oh God.
I need to text him, but I can't.
I got home and I was like, I must clean the house quickly.
I just walk right in the door and come right in here.
Yeah, to the bathroom. You never know, though. The one time I don't, you'd be like, oh, I noticed all this stuff over there.
Yeah.
Man, they were a pigsty.
Yeah, I walked around.
Yeah, exactly. I tripped on all these socks and all these other clothes and things. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to record a podcast. Keith is going to use the intro that he was using about 15 minutes
I think
ago.
I remember it.
Okay. Yeah. I like it.
So recently I have been more into drinking wine than beer. still enjoying beer, but I just decided to revisit some things that I used to drink to see how they are, but also, trying some new stuff too.
Is this a carbonation issue?
And so no.
Okay.
No, I used to see.
Are you anti-carbonation?
No, I'm not anti-carbonation.
Okay.
I'm just pro-grape. I'm just trying to, pro-grape.
I love that.
And also it's kind of a value thing too.
That's true. Yeah, you actually, especially these days, the beers we like keep going a little up in price.
They do.
They get a little more and more expensive. Not that there is not plenty of creativity and work and ingredients behind it,
right.
But sometimes you can just feel like, oh my God,
yeah,
it's expensive.
Yeah.
So today you were like, I'd like to revisit a favorite
this is
red
one
blend.
I've been thinking about revisiting because it's one I still recommend a lot, even though I haven't had it in a few years. So I thought, well, maybe it's time to test it out. And also it's cool to have you try it because I think you bring that different non-Trader Joe's employee perspective that I appreciate. So,
all right. Well, that's what we've got. A red wine blend from Trader Joe's for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Moon X Red Blend from Trader Joe's, which is it's a Zinfandel-based red blend that also has Merlot and Syrah.
Merlot, you say?
Merlot and Syrah. I know.
Okay.
I know.
All
but
right.
So I haven't had this in a few years. The way it had originally been described to me by people was like, wow, it's a great blend, and it's almost a little scary easy to drink because it's smooth.
What is the alcohol on
But
this?
the thing I liked about it was that it was that, but it also had some good body to it. So I like that, and I don't need to have it in all red wines, but I overall I do like that when there's some body in
little
there,
body,
so.
little structure, or something
Right.
like that. I would agree. 13.5% alcohol.
Okay.
I have seen random prices on the internet, so I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen that. Do you want to wait to give me an official price till we finish?
Do you want to know?
No, let's wait till the end.
Okay.
I've seen a range, which is
You
like
probably and you have an idea of what I usually go for too. So
yeah, I would think so.
my everyday wine consumption is not in the $20 bottle range. So
is that what you would say in general? This is how to think of this one. Is like this would be my good everyday bottle, or is this like you just? I think if you were watching the pre-show or the archive version on YouTube or on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, we were talking about like, oh, I need to bring a bottle over for a friend, and then it's like, well, how good is this friend? Is this something you would think to bring over to somebody's house, or probably not?
No, probably. I just think it would depend on the occasion, I think, and who knows, maybe the tastes will tell us otherwise. But just in general, from a price standpoint, no. If somebody said, hey, come on over, we're gonna have some wine and some cheese, we're just gonna hang out. Yeah, but if it's like, oh, come on over for Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas, I probably would go for something a little bit nicer than this.
Okay.
At least from a dollar standpoint, but who knows? From a taste perspective, it may prove otherwise. But it's been a little while since I've had it, so
It's been a while.
it has. We just opened this just within 5 minutes.
Glad you mentioned that. Yeah.
So
we let it sit open at least a little bit. That's why you did not hear the cool cork pop. We didn't get to do that part on stream, but it did happen. There was a cork. And it was a real cork too. I don't think it was synthetic.
That could be.
What are you thinking color-wise here?
It's a nice dark color. I mean, it's a good.
Yeah, little red. Yeah, dark
red.
purple, some ruby red in there too. A little magenta, perhaps, something of that nature. All right, should we go to the aroma?
We should.
Cheers, Bashi. How's it going? Good to see you. Cheers. Sorry, we're in the middle of a podcast recording, so I had to get to a spot.
The other
It'd be
thing,
an easy place to make a cut.
and this will be for people who are here today on twitch.tv. This used to actually be called Onx Moon. ONX Moon. And it was the only one from this winery. And then I'm not sure then if it was because they wanted to introduce some other things, but they changed it to Moon X for whatever reason.
Huh.
Because it was like a play.
When you first started recommending this, it was called Onx Moon.
And it's been a while now that it's been changed. But they also do a Pinot and a Cab. The Cab is a little too fruit forward for me for what I like for Cabs.
Okay.
But the Pinot is one that did we try it, or I think I talked about it. It's a darker. When I didn't like the Cotillion and I needed a new Pinot to recommend to people.
Oh, okay.
It's what's called a black Pinot Noir, and it's a good value Pinot as well.
That's that song, isn't it? That country song? Oh, it's Black Velvet.
Black
Pinot and a little boy's
country
noir.
song.
Black Pinot and a little small. I don't know. I can't remember the rest of that song. It's very popular though. I like the dark vibes. Yeah, I do too already. Like the look and like I said, obviously there's some nice legs going on there.
And the color, and you that picture there that you're showing, that's Andrew and his serious computer talents there.
Yeah, my quick editing out of the background there.
That's cool.
Taking a picture.
I've never seen that, but that was behind
phone.
the scenes stuff there.
You did.
The painstaking tracing you had to do around the edge of that bottle.
Yeah, that was probably about the best picture I could find without doing like that one right there.
Yeah, is that the one I sent you?
Just
the
about.
link? Yeah.
No, this wasn't that.
See how the ONX is highlighted there?
Oh yeah,
I think that's the old picture.
Is that an old picture? Okay. They must just keep all of them under that same rating then. Though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let us continue. Ooh, that is all of your dark jammy fruits right there. Like that is black currant, that is raspberry, black raspberry, a little bit of lighter, like maybe even some raspberry or cherry in there too.
Right at the end, I think there's like a little higher fruit.
Yeah, just a little pop up there. Maybe even like some
actually.
Maybe even like some notes of like dark chocolate or something in there too. There's like an extra lower note in there as well.
Like I said, it's been a few years since I've had this, but I'm actually very pleasantly surprised.
It's a wonderful aroma.
By that nose there. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, as long as this doesn't get a little too crazy on the palate, like I said, this aroma is very nice. I like this. It's
a good start.
That's what I like, especially when I'm thinking Zinfandel. That's kind of what I'm in the mood for. So,
yep.
Taste time?
It is.
Let's do it. The old mobile Photoshop. Sometimes it's magic. Sometimes it's like using a potato to trace something. Yeah, I actually use, what's it called? It's called Inkscape. It is a free program. It is very similar if you are used to using either Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop. There are two different free programs that you can use for that kind of thing. But yeah, it works for the most part pretty well. Usually I'm so used to previously using Photoshop. Well, I used to mostly Illustrator was what I'm used to. After having used that for so many years, this just has different terminology for what does those same things. So I always have to look up. I'm like, how do I take out the background? How do I clip this? How do I, do a mask? And how do I do? So some of that stuff is different, but overall it's very similar.
On the palate.
Crazy on the palate. That should be something. Yeah, that is actually a Heart song. It was very popular. Yeah, actually, I think that's off Dreamboat Annie, I believe. It's the album. So
crazy on the palate.
I was a willow last night in a grape vineyard, and I bent down over some pretty.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hello, St. Louis.
Oh, we're in Springfield, Stephen.
Oh. That's a good old Simpsons reference.
Yeah. We got a couple tonight.
Is that also the same one? If it's brown, drink it down. If it's black, send it back. That was when there was like some like giant like festival going on.
No, that's the one with the Flaming Moe, unless that is the Flaming Moe.
Is that the Flaming Moe
one?
The Steven Tyler one is the Flaming Moe. Oh, that's right. It's called Flaming Moe.
It's a Flaming Moe.
My name is Mo because the name of my bar. It's Flaming Moe.
Not the dank Mo.
Oh, that I love. Not the dank Mo. Not the dank. Ooh, I like that a lot.
Subtle. Dense. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it is all those things. Like I think the taste kind of pulls back a little bit on what I got in the aroma.
Yeah.
I get a little bit more of the bright cherry.
I get that.
Slightly less of the darker fruits. Right. It's a little slightly thinner body than I thought it was going to be, but I actually don't have a problem with that.
Thinner than I remember, but yeah.
But that's pretty nice. And it's like initially like a little bit dry as you kind of expect, a little astringent, and then that I think goes away like as my mouth kind of starts watering a little bit. No, that's really nice. Actually, I like that. That is definitely a solid red blend.
I can continue to recommend that.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah. Especially, and you said $35 for this bottle.
$35. Yeah, it's a everyday wine. $6.99.
Oh, okay. All right.
So-
I'd seen anywhere from that up to like 9 something, so I wasn't quite sure where it was going to be. $7 for that. I think that is definitely a solid value, and that turns it into the like, this is good everyday drinker. It's good for, the people are like, well, you buy a good cooking wine. No, just buy a decent bottle of wine.
Right.
It's a little cheaper. Like,
Right.
Use something like this. Like I made, it was with a red that our brother had brought over to here. It was a Pinot Noir. I had a little bit left over, and I used it I was sauteing some mushrooms and things, and I deglazed the pan with a little red wine. That is always a good call. But yeah, no, this is very nice. Like I said, especially for that price, easy to continue to recommend that one.
Yeah, the only thing, like I said, that's a little different from what I remember is the body. But I think actually there's a little more. I think the flavor's a little more expressive in there than I remember. I just kind of remember it being like a very even-handed, medium body wine. Whereas this one, I would say, has some nice fruit. And the body's a little thinner, but it finishes easy, and I think it's. I'm glad that I have not been continuing to recommend this incorrectly.
I would agree as well. And something else that we should both be recommending is our website, AboutBeverages.com. That is the place where you can find everything we have done over the last decade, whether it's our podcast, videos, recipes, news articles. All those things can be found there. All of our social media links are always there too if you need any of those things. If you only want the latest videos, we've got you covered there. YouTube is the place to go. Hit the subscribe button. You'll get an alert whenever we put up new content, which usually at least twice a week, sometimes more, depends on what we've got going on. But you can always find those there. If you want to go another level and you're like, I'm kind of on the go, I don't really watch a lot of videos. I had someone the other day say, oh, is your podcast on any other services? I said, you know what? It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's on Google Podcasts. If you have a favorite podcast app that you like using, just search for About Beverages. You will probably find us there, as well as some pillars as well.
The 3 pillars. Well, our 3 pillars.
The pillars we feel are very important.
The pillars we have chosen.
The pillars we have chosen, yeah.
Of TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one we use most often to keep everybody up to date on what's going on at About Beverages. Like earlier when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings at 5:30 Pacific. We get together. We have some beverages, some fun chat, talk about whatever happens to come up, all kinds of things, stories, current events, whatever might happen. And also throughout the week, Andrew lets you know what he's going to be doing in the gaming world and what he might be drinking, or actually will be drinking.
Yeah.
While he's doing
it's
playing
not
this
might,
game.
good sir.
Oh, not might. There's no teaser. Actually,
no teaser.
It's what he's having.
I'm having that.
So follow us on Twitter for all the latest information about beverages.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
William Shatner? What the fuck was that?
I was trying to mix it up. You should give it a shot.
Hey, what's going on over here?
Edit another one in there. I don't care. No, it's William Shatner. I didn't even realize what I was doing. I was just trying to. Also,
I think everyone's coming for us.
The shit. Give it a shot.
Hey, Mr. Spock, can you get me another bottle of that Red Moon X? Red blend.
Let's go to Planet Moon X.
Let's go to Planet Moon X.
Base Red blend.
Give it a Moon X shot.
Star date.
Give it a moon.
Give it a moon shot.
William Shatner all up in this. This is good, especially for set like this is a nice one to have around. Like, I think there is some nice complexity here especially for that price. That is really nice. Yeah, I was worried sometimes some of the blends, because they're trying to like almost overcompensate, sometimes they will get really heavy. And that was the only thing with the Aroma being as good as it was, but it was more toward all those heavier, darker, jammy things. I was like, oh, this is probably going to be really weighting down. Right. Maybe a little too dry, hanging out. And it has some of that, but it moves. It moves from there. So no,
that's some good fruit.
Definitely easy recommend.
That's good. Yeah, especially at $6.99. And I just...
How much more would you pay for it?
How much more would I pay for it?
Like if you're like, oh, that one's now...
It's gone up. Yeah, because
some
wines have... If it went up another $1 or $2, I'd still pay.
I think so too.
That. Yeah.
I think if it got over 10, I'd be like, there's probably something else.
Yeah, there's some other things to it, especially...
I know that's a weird question, but I thought about that.
No, it's a good question.
It's kind of almost like the one we had earlier in the night where it was like, the level of like how much will you spend for the mixer, the whiskey that you're about to put in your mixed drink. Or
right.
Like, is it 25? It's like, well, I'd go to 30. It's like, well, you wouldn't go to 32. It's like, well, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
And like that can get kind of into minutia.
It depends.
But
if I'm just going to make a couple of mixed drinks and most of the bottle's going to be left over, then yeah, there's probably a Like you said, it wouldn't just be 30. It could go to 35 or something.
Right.
But yeah, there's a certain...
But if you're like, people are coming over and I'm making these mixed drinks, I'm going to probably try the most value for my dollar.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We did. It was a hit. And you said your wife loves Trader Joe's. So pick up the Moon X if you guys like the red wine blends.
Yeah, it's good. The aroma was really good. Like I said, more toward the darker fruits, a little bit of cherry at the end, like kind of bright cherry at the end. And then the flavor kind of pulled back a little bit on that where it didn't get too heavy. It was a little bit dry, but not overly so. But then it still was probably more toward the cherry and then dark fruits after. Yeah. Like I would say. I was still getting a little bit of like some sort of chocolate or something in the nose. Well, at least here in Arizona, it's $6.99.
Right. Depending on what state you're in, it could be $1 more or $1 less, actually, depending on where you're at.
Is California usually cheaper?
California usually has them cheaper. Yep. Not all. I mean, some things are the same price here and in California, but there are some things that are there's more available there, and some are at a better price. So,
I think, like I said, I think the flavor here, it definitely is worth you giving it a shot. Like I said, at that price, it's kind of hard not to at least, even if I hadn't completely liked this, I'd be like, well, maybe you like this or that's what you're looking for. And in that price, it's kind of hard not to at least say, try it. If you're going to try a bottle of red wine, like I said, unless something literally in here was like, ooh.
I like and I meant that when I said that in the intro, I like the unbiased Trader Joe's perspective that you bring to it. Not as obviously as I'm someone who works there and I get asked questions, I need to pick things, and it's good.
God, I love you, Berserker. That's hilarious.
Not substantially more. Maybe more.
We joked about I think you may have missed out on that part of the conversation. I think we came to the you'd maybe go up to maybe $8.99 for the but if this wine started to get over $10, there's probably better options out there. There's probably a wider variety.
Especially even at Trader Joe's, there would be
or even just a non-blend. Like you might even get to go to just 100% Zinfandel,
right? Like the OZV or something like that. Oh my God. Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that one. Yeah. That's one of my favorite. Do you still guys carry? Do you carry that?
Oh yeah.
But was the newer one not as good? There was something with it because I had a bottle that was slightly different, like an older logo. And I remember
I did change the logo. Yeah.
I literally did a it was a stream one time. I opened it and I finished the entire damn bottle because it was so good. It's probably one of my favorite Zins. Yeah, like it was just
because it has the spicy and the fruit. It has both. Which,
yes, that was what was good.
I like it as
how much is that running now?
$9.49, I think.
Okay. Interesting. If that still had the same flavor profile, then I think that would be the mark. Like if this started to get too close to that, then I'd be like, well, I'd rather have that.
Right. But as long as that stays different, and this is a little, I think this is a little more, as one of my former coworkers used to say, crowd pleaser. This would I mean unless you had somebody who really liked heavy, like tannic wines with a lot of grip or something like that. If you're just looking for something that's flavorful and easy to drink, you've got it there.
I think this is in that range where it's like a lot of people are going to enjoy what you have here to offer. Right. I can't remember, were you guys fans of the Behringer Brothers red wine? Those are the ones that are the barrel aged, right? Correct? I think I just looked that up very fast. Like I said, they had the Cabernet Sauvignon that was aged in oak barrels. There's I think I still have that bottle. I don't know if I've ever actually drank it. So I don't know if I've had that one. We had the Cooper and Thief.
Somebody actually asked me about that. A customer actually asked me about, she's like, what do you think of this one? I said, well, I've had it. It's good. I said, it just depends on, we sell it for $27. I'm like, that's what you want to spend. Yeah. But she liked the kind of squatty bottle. And then I recommended the Susamaniello, which we've had that Italian red that was also in that kind of, and it was and it was funny, just as I was taking this one customer over to that bottle and we were talking about it. Oh no. Another customer walks up and she's like, oh, I need 3 of those. And so I was like, oh, here's somebody who actually is enjoying it. She's like, oh my God, it's so good. It is great to have that. And it's, either way, even if it's negative, but to have the customer feedback. So it kind of gives you the credibility that you're not just like, because me, I'm not going to sell something just to sell something. I'm going to, no. People ask me my opinion, especially if they say, what do you think of this? I'm like, well, it's not my thing, but we sell a lot of it, or it's not my thing. And here's why it's not my thing. But especially when you take somebody to something and another customer's going, oh my God. And they're just pulling bottles off the shelf. It's like, okay.
Do you guys have, is that a job you can get at Trader Joe's, a plant where you just happen to you listen to the conversation, you go like, I need 4 of these.
Yeah. That would be
and then you just go restock it.
Funny, actually.
I wonder.
What's your role at Trader Joe's? Yeah.
It's on my list now. Time to hit Total Wine. So yeah, the Behringer Brothers, you could find that at Total Wine. I'm pretty sure the Cooper and the Thief you can find there as well.
1,000 Buffalo. No, it's not. It's not called 1,000 Buffaloes, but what is it called?
1,000 Stories. You just
yeah,
wrote.
1,000 Stories. There you go. Yep.
They have a buffalo on the label.
Yeah, it does have a buffalo on it. No, I couldn't think of it, but yeah, you're right. That's absolutely right.
I like those because, like I said, but I have to be in like that's not one where I'm going to open it and drink most. Like that would be one I'd think to open and share with more people, just because they're so much heavier. Usually the alcohol.
The 1,000 Stories or the Cooper and Thief.
Cooper and Thief, and the Behringer Brothers, because of that extra alcohol that's usually in there. The ones from Apothic are also pretty good too. I like the Apothic Dark, the Inferno.
We did that one.
We have done podcasts on some of those. I like those as well. Those are a little bit even more value if you find the Apothic ones, I think. I'll need to, maybe we'll crack open the Behringer Brothers here in a couple weeks, because I keep forgetting that I have literally another Cooper and Thief and that one. We've done the Cooper, but like I said, that is one we should try. They have the Cooper and Thief also has a white that has been aged in tequila barrels,
which we tried.
Is that the one we tried?
We tried.
Okay, so we didn't try the red one.
No, we tried the red too.
Did we try
tried
both?
Something that was we tried something that was.
It's almost like I should go to our YouTube page and find out.
Here's what you can do: you can go to About Beverages or
About
Beverages YouTube page.
Yeah.
Do a little search, find out what, because we forget.
What have
we've done so many things over the last 13 years that we forget sometimes.
Cooper and Thief barrel aged red.
Okay. We did try one, I thought.
And then we did the Apothic Inferno, red aged in barrel. Oh, that has 209 views. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. 2 rounds.
I really thought we did.
Maybe we didn't. I highly recommend if you can find the Merkin Vineyards Chupacabra 2019, which Trader Joe's also had.
We did something, though, that was in tequila barrels, though. Well, maybe if you just type in tequila.
Good. Oh, you're such a big deal here at About Beverages. Humble flex alert. But no, I like those a lot as well.
We smell what the rock is distilling.
That's really funny.
Yeah, Cooper and Thief.
Oh, that's weird. I typed in. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, we did that 2 years ago. Look at that. That was when I had a goatee.
And I didn't have any facial hair.
If you want to see, if you want to see the reverse of this, which is not, this is the right way. What I did was previous was wrong.
No, you're looking with the goatee.
When I got, what did I think?
Or the round beard or whatever.
The round beard. Yeah, what is it? The round beard.
Yeah. No, it worked.
I like the, I like those barrel aged ones. Like I said, I think those are good. They're definitely, like I said, a little on the heavier side, usually on the little bit sweeter side, but I like those. I got to get you two on the burley beard, Yeah. The Berserker has a lovely beard. Like I said, I think. Okay. Do you do the like beard oils, and do you go down that whole road? Do you take really good care of it? Like, are you good to your beard?
I think you have to if you have the. You got to be giving it some TLC.
It's nice. It's not like it's not like he's not like ZZ Top or something like that. But it's a nice. It's
all right.
It's masculine.
Dang. All right.
It's strong. It's a strong beard. Yeah, I like that. You know what? I should pick up a bottle of the OVZV.
Yeah, you know me.
Maybe it was Baker that had said something about that. Maybe she had bought a newer bottle of that one.
It's possible. And
was saying it wasn't quite as good. Baker, do you recall that at all?
I can't, because they switched. It used to be just like the black and the silver, and then they went to the purple in the label.
Correct.
And I still have one of them somewhere.
I have the silver one still, and I remember opening that, and it was like almost taboo. I do shampoo and condition, beard oils and stuff I do occasionally, but I'm not like crazy hipster OCD about the frill. Okay, all right. I was wondering. I didn't know, because it always looks very good. Let's just say that. Always looks very good when I see you on your stream at twitch.tv/berserkercope. Just got to keep it clean and take care of the skin underneath. That's the simple secret to a good beard. Yeah. Are you going to go, like, as we get now winter time, are you going to get a little bushier? What do you think? Are you just
I've been enjoying taking it like on Wednesdays when I start my work week. I take it back to just about this level here.
What is that? Is that a 1? Is that a 2?
It's different.
Do you just use a little trimmer thing?
Yeah, I do. It's a setting, but it's not. It's like
Tell me about your routine.
Millimeters, but
it's in millimeter.
Yeah,
oh,
but I don't know. I might. It grows in really thick here and not so much here.
Okay.
So I have to.
That'd be hilarious. The beard is out to here, like it's very fat, but you just have it's straight.
Yeah.
It looks like a slide coming from your mouth. Much appreciated. Again, I'm married and my wife is in the room. Settle down about your love for my beard. Easy.
A beard and a nurse. Right. Wow.
I know.
Right?
He's the bearded nurse.
Bearded nurse.
That is actually, that's probably a lethal combo right there.
Or a drink? No, I don't know.
Oh, what would you put in it? What would
the bearded
if you made a
nurse
drink that was called the bearded nurse? What would be in it? That seems like
it'd have to be a few of Berserker's favorite things.
So it would definitely have to be whiskey based. What if it was like some whiskey and Kahlua? It feels like there should be some cream in there or something. It almost feels like it should be some take on a White Russian.
The bearded nurse.
The bearded nurse. I'm not sure. Scotch, maybe. Yeah, maybe Scotch would be better. Maybe Scotch, Kahlua, cream. Just got to let it go, Keith. It'll fill in on its own time.
Instead of the White Russian, it's like a White Scotsman or something.
The White Scotsman.
Kahlua, cream.
Wait, White Scot, isn't that just like an oxymoron, the White Scotsman?
Well, you're talking about we got White Russian.
The Pale Scotsman.
That's right.
What are you having? I'll have a Pale Scotsman. Okay, so you'll just have a Scotch? I don't know what you got there. I wonder if there is a drink with Kahlua, Scotch, cream.
I don't think the sides will fill it on their own time. I've given them time before, and they don't.
Have you ever tried to not trim and like just keep trimming this part to make them get?
That'd be kind of
you
funny.
got some manly mutton chops.
Yeah, it's just.
I've been playing a lot.
It's a little patchy.
Yeah, Patches O'Houlihan.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Red Dead 2 lately on stream. That's what we've been.
I know you revisited it. I obviously people can't see here, but we're surrounded by Red Dead backgrounds on the desktops here.
That is true.
Nothing wrong with that.
But
pretty cool.
And that game is so realistic. You actually every once so often in game you actually have to go trim your beard because I'll go into a cutscene. I'm like, oh, my beard's getting a little longer. I'll actually have to go and get the beard trimmed. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that game is realistic as hell and it's amazing. Oh, but yeah, that's what I think. Because sometimes you'll walk through because you can trim your beard in different ways, and there is one where you can literally just have these giant mutton chops and like nothing here in the middle. It's nuts. Mine had trouble filling in where the goatee and mustache connect. Struggled with it forever until I finally just let it go. Okay, so you did you went with the
Frozen
option.
The Elsa.
There. The Elsa. You just said let it go. That's actually what she was singing about was Berserker's goatee.
Let your facial hair just go.
Let it go. Let it grow. Let your facial hair grow. Where the goatee and mustache connect. Let it grow.
Let it grow.
Here I stand with
and
clippers
I won't
in
shave.
Oh, okay.
There
I was saying with clippers in hand. You throw them over your shoulder because you're just going to let it grow.
Right. Let it grow.
God.
So we got the finale. The
we
grand
do.
Finale here.
We have the grand finale, the one everyone has been waiting for. I've got some Basil Hayden's toast. No.
Wait, no, I didn't know that.
No, I have some. So there's some Baker's Bourbon Kentucky Straight Whiskey, single barrel, 7-year.
Okay.
107 proof.
That's at least the proof you need.
That's the
You
proof.
need at least
That is
100
the
proof.
proof I'm usually looking for.
The proof.
Also, just pay a barber that's worthwhile to keep it looking good for you. Those are my secrets. Hope you guys aren't recording this. You've given away all the secrets. You've given away everything. I know where the poison is. All right, let's go grab that whiskey. Let's go grab some glasses. I'm wondering.
What are you wondering?
Should we use the Glencairn glasses or should we use the Nolan whiskey glasses?
Whatever you choose.
We haven't used the Norlands in a while. I'm wondering if we should try those.
And there was a ranking. I thought you said
there was. Those were rated the highest.
The Norland?
The Norland.
Norlands?
Norland Glencairn. They were close. Norland.
We use the Glencairn all the time, so maybe it's time to bust out the Norlands.
I think let's bust out our
I'm
Norlands.
going to show you my Norlands.
For everybody here in chat, we're going to go show you our Norlands. We'll be right back.
What would we do without Harrison? We'd have no music, I think.
I don't know. It would just be me like doing some really sad beatboxing, I think is what would be going on. Crazy, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Zaku, it is good to see you as always. Good sir. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for everybody being here tonight. I appreciate all the wonderful conversation We've been having a fantastic
Where lurking
time.
is a good thing.
Yeah, well, lurking is a great thing here. Yeah, I'm definitely not against if people just want to come in and just have us on in the background. Like I said, that is great. Sometimes people feel they're like, oh, I wanted to come in there, but I knew I couldn't. It's like, you don't have to interact. If you just, it's great if you can. Like, we'd love having the conversation, but if you can just come in, open us up in a side tab, any of those things, that is a great, great option. Date barreled 12 of 2013. Barrel aged. So this is 7 years, 4 months.
Okay.
And then who knows how long this just sat somewhere.
And you have opened it, is that correct?
I have not had any out of it. I did open it today, and just I uncorked it for a little while.
Okay, that's good.
Like
we talk about
talking about the whiskey. I uncorked it a little bit. I almost uncorked it at that guy at Best Buy. I tell you, that guy. Oh my god. But no, yeah, that is what is going on there. All right, so we've got our final beverage of the evening. We were going to do a podcast on.
HJ has been waiting a long time for this.
Berserker's been waiting a long time.
They were early.
Lots of people in chat were just like, oh my God, are you ever going to get to this? So yeah. No two barrels. Yeah, this is one of those ones that is nothing is exactly the same, which can be difficult. Can be difficult. But yeah. Are you ready? You feeling good?
I am. I'm ready.
Finally, good stuff. Wow. I see how it is, man.
Everything has been leading to this.
Everything has been building to this, and then maybe we'll be like, oof, this is the worst thing. This could be the garbage right here.
Could be a downer.
This could be the garbage.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Wow, he says. This is the
and it's not good stuff. It's good a tough.
Good a tough. HR puffing a good tough. I don't need that open anymore.
Good a tough.
Now, I know I have been enjoying the slightly higher proof whiskeys as of late. And to some people, these won't even be considered higher proof. But this is something that at least I've been enjoying. Getting into that 100, 110 proof range has kind of been my new... I don't know. It's been my new wheelhouse, I would say. Like, I like that balance of getting a little extra flavor. It's not watered down quite as much.
Right.
But I know you sometimes like, it's a little more heat than maybe you're looking for.
Although, I mean, as long as it doesn't go too much past that, and even some that do, as long as everything there flavor wise, then I've got no problem with that.
All right. Well, hopefully we have found that perfect balance today, because we have a 7-year aged single barrel bourbon for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Baker's Kentucky Straight Bourbon 7-year.
That's right. This is a single barrel. It's 107 proof, so no two barrels are alike. So that is one of those things that it actually does on the label. It tells you what barrel it's from, when it was actually bottled, how long it was aged. This one was actually 7 years and 4 months. We looked just on the label there. So everything is going to be a little bit different. So your mileage may vary depending on our tasting notes. We may love or hate this one, and you could buy one and be the exact opposite.
Yeah, wow, that barrel was amazing, and that one didn't. Not so good.
Yeah, like I said, so maybe at the very end down here in the comments, if you want to know, we will put the actual barrel information on there, so you can have that if you're out seeking it, to either go for it or to stay away. Who knows which it might be.
Barreled bottled in December 2013, I think you say?
Yeah, December 2013, 7 years, 4 months. I think it does even say serial number, warehouse proof, all that stuff on here. So anyway, we'll put all that stuff in the show notes. I have opened this. I have not had any of it. We had a Baker's actually a very long time ago. If you go into the podcast, into the archives, either at AboutBeverages.com, actually probably only there. I don't think that's probably up on YouTube. That's so long ago.
That is a long time ago.
It's only an audio podcast. We did several different bourbons, and one of them was this one. And I remember you used to talk about the Baker's having a nice cola note.
Cola note, yeah, I like that.
And like I said, and a little bit of the extra heat in there as well, because it used to always be a little more higher proofed.
I think it may have been a podcast, my choice. I don't think it was yours, but I think...
It was.
We did like several on that day, and I think that was my choice. But
it was one of your favorites, I would agree.
And also, we've decided to break out the different whiskey glasses. Normally, we are the Glencairn, which we love, but Andrew also has these has the number 1 rated, barely.
Yeah, by another fellow YouTuber.
Yes.
Like I said, they like these the best. Very close to Glencairn, and it was kind of like very personal preference kind of thing toward the end. But yeah, like I said, these have gotten, I think, for style, for heat transfer, for a lot of different things. These are definitely a go-to and a very nice. It's kind of I don't know, it's almost like a BMW or a Tesla of whiskey glass. Like it's just like a little extra layer of refinement.
Right. And you can lay them on
probably
the
not
side. No.
Again, not necessary. I would recommend for price savings. You could always buy our Glencairn glasses that we
Absolutely.
have beautifully etched. If you like our logo and whatnot, go check those out. But yeah, these are, like I said, very nice. And actually, you got me these as a gift, which I always appreciate. I do use these during the week as well.
It helps to when you have them on the list.
It does. It does. Yeah, it very much does. Color wise, like I said, I don't know if there's a ton to talk about here. Like, I know some people get
It's a little darker, I think, than. To me, and it could be the dual wall of glass I'm looking through.
This kind of looks
but it does
like
have a little more depth to it, a little more like burnt orange or something.
Yeah, I bought some light agave nectar the other day, and not light but just light in color, like they didn't
Right.
go. And this actually looks very similar to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a little bit darker. Kind of actually. Oh my God, it almost looks like the.
It's
bottle
very
I have.
similar to that.
It's creepy. It's almost very similar to that.
It does, and that may sound silly, but that doesn't always transfer.
No, it does not.
Sometimes what we see here does not look anything like the image that we have on the screen. So
Not at all. All right. So we go to the aroma.
We shall.
The sniff, as they say. Glencairn, the most popular couple in the Florida
Karen!
community. Glencairn. What did you do, Karen?
What did you do, Karen?
That was $50,000, Karen. Classic movie. That's a movie that's okay to recommend. That's easy to recommend. You don't see Goodfellas, or you should see Goodfellas.
You should see Goodfellas.
We were going to watch Goodfellas. Should we watch A Clockwork Orange?
Maybe for Christmas, but not.
Apparently, it's a Christmas movie for someone here in chat.
Karen.
For those that say Die Hard is just too lighthearted and funny. They want a little extra.
Shoot the glass, but not these glasses.
No.
Don't shoot.
Do not shoot the
glasses.
double wall glass. Yeah, I love these glasses. I think they are really cool. I if you have the other ones and want to try other different glasses, I highly recommend
But
these.
don't try to set them on their side.
No,
these aren't for that.
What is it? Yeah, what are those called? The dragon glass? Those are the ones that are on the
These don't
side.
work for that.
Yeah, no. And overall, the dragon glass, other than for looks, which they look really cool, they're not great for all the other things that you would want in a whiskey glass. Like these pretty much are perfection. It's pretty close. We had someone also on Twitter that said they had just bought a bottle of this a week ago as well. They may be here in chat or hanging out, or if they watch this video later, appreciate that you guys are following on Twitter. Definitely hit those links as well. It very much helps the show if you're following on Twitter and subscribing on YouTube. Are you ready?
I think so. Yes.
Oh, I did a Keith there.
I did a Keith too.
I did. Wow. You did you.
I did me. Oh, wait. That doesn't sound right.
Who made who and who did you?
Oh,
That's
me.
Other AC/DC
and that's
song.
me.
That's my wife. And that's me. Baseball references abound. All right. What are you thinking of your return to the bakers?
I get a little bit of cinnamon.
Definitely. Yep. Cinnamon.
But more like baking cinnamon, not like the red. There's a little bit of sweetness to it, but it's not like the Red Hot's candy.
Yeah. Definitely like some baking cinnamon in there. I get some other little spices. I was almost going to say nutmeg. That might be pushing it a little far, but yeah, definitely the cinnamon is in there. There's some nice, just general brown sugar,
there's
molasses
that kind of
sweet.
sweetness to it like that. Yep.
That's really nice. It's not a super. I don't think there's a lot of depth to the aroma. At least not from what I'm getting. Like it's not like I'm getting this and that. Like, I'm getting those two. They're both, well balanced, and it smells very nice. But yeah, it's not like I said, it's not over top with the amount of complexity in the aroma.
No, there's just a couple little notes, and it hits those quite well.
All right. Well, let's see where it hits on the taste buds.
So we've had people following us just recently. Dr. Taco, MD.
Oh, they probably followed like literally as we were doing the podcast stuff. So I have all that stuff turned off.
Okay.
Little Miss Nikki, Dr. Taco, Thank you for the follows earlier. I did not see them. Normally we have
just
alerts
noticed
for that
it too.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad actually Keith did notice that. If you're still here and hanging around, sorry I didn't call that out. When we do the podcasts, these go directly onto YouTube. We wind up editing them down. So we turn off a lot of the alerts and things like that. So I apologize if you are still here. Like I said, thank you guys so much for the follow. I did me, Keith's sex tape title.
I did it my way.
Glencairn, the Glencairn, yeah. That's actually that movie with, controversy aside, it's the other Alec Baldwin movie. It's Alec Baldwin, Al Pacino. That's Glencairn, Glenn Ross. That is the other movie. It's out right now. Wish we had some to drink along, but we somehow... I thought for sure when I had talked about that this was going to come around that you guys would have some and you guys were going to be commenting on chat with your
Open a
thoughts on that
Baker's
as well.
of some other kind and have that along.
Yeah, exactly.
Open
Just,
one of the
just
other
have some
five
little book or some
bake-
bookers
yeah.
or something. They're all the same. It's all Jim Beam. One v one me on Rust has a whole new meaning. Yeah, the video game. You'd think it was that, but it's not. It's the movie. Yeah, that is. I don't know. Have you seen more of the stuff coming out about that? The Alec Baldwin.
We're reading a little bit of that, yeah.
That is. I follow again. Yeah, no, definitely crazy. I follow some like prop master people that work and they're actually on TikTok and they've been going through like, this is how the procedures should have gone. Here's where it may have gone wrong. And they're like, I don't know. And as more information comes out, they kind of update some of those. So those have been really interesting to just kind of hear how a movie set works.
Right.
And what happens, it seems like for the most part, a lot of this is that prop master or armorer or whatever they call that person was probably should not have been on this job, was a little inexperienced. And then on top of that was also, they had reports of that they were taking, because they're real guns.
Right.
They were taking those guns off site after the set was done and they were using them for shooting and then they would come back. And so that's how like 6 to 8 real bullets actually got on the set. Anyway.
Yeah.
They're also saying he should have been accountable for treating every weapon as if it were loaded. So there is always that, but once you have been given, like if you listen to people that are actually in that industry, once the like I said, actor has been given that gun as a certain, then it has been deemed okay. That has been deemed safe. It has been deemed whatever. So that's kind of like I said, none of it, I think, unless something else comes out, seems to fall onto Alec Baldwin at all. It seems like it is other steps along the way were mishandled multiple times. So this would sound like it was just kind of bound to happen, unfortunately, but we don't have to get into it. But yeah, there's a lot of good videos out there if you want to learn all about how that works. Don't think Little Book is a substitute for the bakers, but it might be worth a shot. Oh my God, you should try it then. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
That definitely gives me a lot more to say about in the taste.
Okay.
Like I said, I get more because the oak comes through to me more. I get like some wood. The very first sip, I almost got like a little bit of like smoke. I don't know if it was like the charred barrel or something else kind of came through. The cinnamon has backed off for me. Like I get a little bit of that in the taste, but it is kind of into that molasses brown sugar kind of cola note that like you used to talk about. And then I get definitely some woodiness going on in there as well. And I'm surprised for the 107, like that goes down very smooth for me. Like it's not too hot at all. Like it's not, it's almost, I thought it was going to be a little bit more burn. Like I thought it might be, for some reason, I remembered this one being a little on the thinner side, which I think body wise it is, but at least in spirit, I don't think the heat is too much for me. But I like this one. Like it's not, I think I have to go back and double check on the price. I think there's ones that I like better in this price range. But I think this one's definitely very good.
I don't get a lot of that.
No, let's go ahead.
But you drink a lot more. You drink more bourbon than I do. So
That's okay.
Initially I don't get the alcohol heat. As we sat there a little bit and talked, I got a little bit more of the burn there. Not overly so. Nothing that I'm like, oh my God, I'm concerned about.
Yeah, I didn't see you make a face or anything like that.
And it was more as I sat. I was hoping for more body.
Okay.
And I don't.
It does seem a little thin on the body. I would agree with you.
I definitely don't get like the cola-y stuff, but I don't expect it to be like that. It's not the same thing. That's
right.
I get.
I like this. He's squirming to find what actually the flavors are there. If you don't get the flavor, that's totally that's
yeah,
fine.
because you were talking about smoke.
The very first,
wood.
I did not get that on some of the later sips, but the very first sip, I did get it literally was like a little charred oak barrel. I was like, ooh, that's really nice. Huh. I have not gotten that on as many subsequent sips.
Okay.
I'll take a small pause as my dog's
go
crazy right now. I think it's settled down. I didn't get any of that on my subsequent sips. Like I said, but my initial first sip, and it could have been all the other things we had this evening. If you want to see what that is, go check out About Beverages. But no, that very first sip, I actually was like, oh my God, I get oak, I get char. I got a lot more. And then the more sips that I have, I get just more toward the, like I said, brown sugar, lighter brown sugar, not quite the molasses like we had last week or a couple weeks ago with the Angel's Envy. Like I said, I get some of that, so some brown sugar. I get a little bit of oak, and then like I said, the cinnamon is still there slightly. Which that brown sugar kind of ties into the whole cola note thing when you think about Coca-Cola. If you think about more of almost like an RC as opposed to Coke,
right?
Because it doesn't have that. It's kind of that kind of flavor in there.
Right.
But no, I like it. I think it's very good. I wish it was cheaper so that it could be a mixer. I think it almost would work well as that.
That's probably where I would go more with that.
But yeah, I like it. I would probably not buy another one of these.
Yeah,
it's like I said, it's good. But in this, I'd have to double check the price. I think this is around $50. Like I said, I have to triple check. Okay. Sorry to look down here in the comments, and I'll have put not only the information about the barrel, but I'll have put the pricing down there as well. Or maybe I just put it right here as a little notation.
It's right there. There
video.
it is.
There it is right there.
I see it.
It's right there. But yeah, like I said, I think for this pricing, I think there are other things that I like a little bit more. But it's definitely a good bottle. I'm not, it's not one of those ones where sometimes I have bought things where I'm like, man, I wish I hadn't bought that one. At many other price levels,
oh yeah.
There are some very recently that I have thought that exact same thing. So, but yeah, I think it is good, but maybe not up to the standards you'd be looking for.
There's a little, especially as it sits, there's a little too much burn for me, and I'm just not getting a lot of those notes that you're picking up on. Yeah.
If I would have kept getting what I got on the first sip throughout all the sips, I would say this is excellent.
Yeah, and then I would have eventually picked up on those because I didn't get them on the first sip, and so since they went past me on that, overall there's just a lot of stuff going on not a lot of stuff going on.
I was going to say that sounds like the opposite of what you just said.
No, the more I sit with it, the more I'm just getting heat and just not a lot of cohesiveness for my palate. So
okay, but where you can find an immense amount of cohesiveness is at our website aboutbeverages.com. If you want over a decade's worth of content when it comes to not only podcasts but videos, stories, recipes, all that kind of stuff, please go check that out. And depending on when this video goes up, the website just got revamped. Let us know what you think about that. It may not have happened yet. I don't know. So don't comment too
but
painfully.
A year from now when you're watching this,
exactly. The long tail on these videos in a year, you'll be like, oh my God, this website is amazing.
It's great.
It may happen there very soon. Anyway, so go check that out. If you only want the latest videos, you can definitely hit subscribe on YouTube. We would greatly appreciate that. If you only want the latest podcast, kind of audio quality things, not the video, these guys are a little bit, these guys are too much for me to look at. They're too good looking. I can't look at them. I've just got to hear their sultry tones.
Yes.
I don't know. In my head at night when I put head to pillow, I'm like, man, I bet people think we're really... No. Like I said, if you only want the audio forms, definitely iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Definitely hit the follow button there. If you have a favorite podcasting app that is not those that I just mentioned, maybe just search for About Beverages and you will probably find us there. That's how it works. Also, how it works is that if you're doing things like this, you got to have social media stuff.
Absolutely. You have to have, we like to think you have to have some pillars.
We do.
And we have three pillars. And our three pillars are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is where you can find us most often, letting you know what's going on at About Beverages, including earlier today when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which is what we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific. We get together, we try some beverages, have some fun chat, interact with everybody who drops in, and we talk about whatever happens to come to our mind on that particular evening.
Sometimes that's a bad thing, whatever comes to our mind.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes
But
it's a
unfortunately,
good
it's
thing.
always there.
It's true.
For people to go watch at YouTube. But yeah, we'll let you know what's going on there. Throughout the week, Andrew will let you know what he's going to be doing as far as gaming goes and what he's going to be drinking while he's doing that. But for all the information that you need at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But, as we always say, even when we disagree, whether we like it or not,
you should definitely give it a shot.
And that was a podcast. See, I switched it up there.
I appreciated that, and then I could follow.
Exactly. Looking out there.
Yeah, I'm not.
Pupperino. Yeah, my wife just came home, so the puppies were very excited to see. Very excited to hear. Keith Golikey, hoping for more body. Aren't we all, Keith? Aren't we all? They don't like it either. How many sips does it take? So that was what was like literally that very first sip. Like if I'd have taken a sip, said it, and did not have another one, started talking about it.
Oh my God.
No, for me, I probably would have been like, this is really delicious. Like, and I would have named all those. And then it was weird as I hit those other sips, those first 2 or 3 things that added complexity, I kept not getting them. The only thing I got at the last minute there as you were talking and I took another sip, I got like a little bit of like a cherry, like something in there too. There was a little bit of a light fruit, but it wasn't super worth. I almost thought about, before I did my little thing, like saying like, oh, I gotta look. And I was like, I don't want to get back into it. Like it's kind of,
well, and it's funny for me, my first sip or two, I was actually thinking, boy, for the 107 proof, this is actually, I'm not really getting the heat in it. And then all of a sudden, the more I sat with it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm feeling this.
Yeah, that's funny. Like I know I do have more higher proof stuff than you, but yeah, this one didn't hit me honestly at all. Like I was like, oh, like, because I thought when it was the 107, I was like, oh, this might be a little bit, and I was like, ooh, that didn't hit me. I'm actually going to look up.
It's very spicy on the front of the tongue, actually.
Hope I didn't misquote the price.
It's very spicy.
60. I said 50. I was being mildly generous.
Yeah.
Can't remember. I think I got this I actually bought this at the secret Walmart that is in the area. I think it was a little cheaper, but I think it was still in the mid 50s. Maybe it was 52 to 55. Because they have it there usually quite often.
It's I think what's coming through more for me on the front of the tongue is the cinnamon, actually.
We always like that one, but 60 is a little high. Yeah, the Total Wine has it here for $58.99. I think I'm 99% sure I did not pay that much for it, because I remember looking at it thinking like, oh, that, because they usually have that one there quite often. And I go in there because usually sometimes they have the secret whiskeys that are hard to find. And I remember looking and I thought I want to say it was 52 or 53. But again, even at that price, I think there are others that I can find. I know Zach, who was in chat earlier, has recommended, because I've talked about the, the American Prairie Bourbon, the American, whatever, that Old West one that I thought we did a podcast on it, but I went back and I couldn't find it. But it's I bought the Prairie Bourbon. I think I got it at Costco. It was like 30. It was more than I thought. It was almost $40. But there's a double, and I had said it was okay, but there's a double rye version of that one that he was recommending fairly highly. So maybe we have to try that one at some point.
Or like in the $60 to $80 range. I mean, and I know it's not a bourbon, but like the Willet. I'd rather have the.
See, so that 100%, like for what, even without your discount at Trader Joe's, I would rather for $57, I would rather have the Willet 4-year rye.
I've got a lot of it too.
Do you?
I've got a full shelf, and I have,
because I don't have
18 bottles in the back. So
maybe I need to
keep ordering.
Maybe I should order wine, and I should order that bottle. Then I owe you like $20. Like I think we may need to do that because my wife loves that one too, and I need to slow her down on the E.H. Taylor consumption because she's drinking a lot.
You got to divert her attention. Look, Willet.
I do. No, you're not wrong.
Willet.
No, we may, when we get off air, I may talk about, we should get another bottle of that, because I should. Yeah, absolutely. The Willet is much more complex. We could use some. Oh, you could use some Willet Prowler. Okay, all right. Well, maybe we need to do a couple bottles then, especially if you have that much. Do you actually need another one?
I keep ordering. Yeah, no,
I can place an order
so.
after the show. Yeah, I think honestly, I'm so glad you mentioned that one, because I think for the complexity and the like I said, the proof and everything else, yeah, I think the Willet kind of knocks this one.
Because the Willet, you're at like 55, 53 to 55% alcohol, so you're
at you're at above this.
Yeah,
you're at 110 usually on those. Yeah. No, that's I'm gonna pour just slightly more, see if there's any difference. You take some off your hands, help a friend. Are you just like literally stocking it in the back? Do you just, because sometimes they don't send it to you.
Well,
so
they don't.
Do
so
that.
what I do is I'll usually so the company we get it from has a 5-case minimum, and so if I only need like 2 or 3 cases of something else, I'll just throw another 2. And usually they don't send more than 1.
I was going to say,
So,
like, that was the thing for, and sometimes you said you'd order and you were like, they didn't send me any.
They
They're like, do you want one? I'm
yeah,
almost out.
now they're sending it. So yeah, I've got a decently, probably got like 18 bottles on the shelf and then another 18 in the back. So, but the holidays are coming up. I know people are going to start
100%
forking out more money for stuff. So
no, that's very smart, honestly. we have the same
a 5-case minimum. HJ has a 5-case minimum.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, I love that too.
That's great.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that one just the other day. I was like, I think we're out of, like, I don't find a bottle of that. You trying to dragon glass it?
It works. Barely. You got to really work it. Got to have.
Did you work it? Did you work? Oh, now I poured some. Now I got to lick the table later.
See?
We're handing out in cases. I know a guy. I bet you do.
I know a guy. Coincidentally, his name is Guy.
His name is actually Guy, and he played softball, beer league softball.
Oh, that guy. I remember him.
Look at that guy,
Guy Norton.
Guy Norton. Yeah, I do like that one. I think it's good, but yeah, at that price, I think there are other things that.
Yeah.
Again, like the Willet, I know that's I know we're not comparing exactly, but if we're talking about literally just down to flavor and everything else, getting whiskey, the flavor, all that kind of stuff, like that's what makes a difference.
Right.
You guys should have tried it in both glasses. Might have impacted the study. It's possible. It is possible. Like I said, I think the only thing that was different, which was interesting when that person that I follow on YouTube did the review, was he noticed a slight difference in aroma between the Glencairn and this one, because the Glencairn does focus a little more.
It makes it a little more concentrated.
And he thought it seemed a little hotter. Because he was just comparing to the Woodford Double Oaked.
Right.
Which, are you just going to give me that bottle tomorrow, apparently? I'm just going to take that one from you.
If you wanted, might as well.
Why wouldn't I? If you're
you're
literally not going to drink it, I'm going to take it. Oh, you'll probably... Oh my God! Do not let anyone at Thanksgiving make a mixed drink out of that.
Oh no!
Slap you around.
No.
If they're like, "Oh, I want a Manhattan," that bottle moves to the back.
Not that.
Okay,
no.
I'm just checking.
No. Not at all.
Just checking.
And some sweat when the heat is on.
Some like it hot. That's right. Some like it hot when the heat is on.
So I was already thinking. I have that bottle.
You've got something planned. That's
from
right.
Russian River. I have that the one that's aged in. I think it was a porter aged in wine barrels or something like that. The Pro starts with a P, but if you want that Russian River, I forgot I had that in there, and I actually still have 2 Pliny's that I really should drink because they're well beyond their goodness by now.
Do you want to do a Pliny starter next week? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, actually I have for tomorrow.
Maybe we'll open a Pliny tomorrow.
I bought 3 32-ounce growlers at Mother Road when I was there last week.
Oh, okay.
So,
what did you get from there?
Well, one of the things I got is, I guess, like 50 some odd breweries from around the country were doing a beer that was promoting the suicide prevention hotline, and it was called 1-800 something. And so they did a hazy pale ale. So I bought that.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then I got a couple of other things that were more malt focused. So we'll see.
Okay.
And one was it was called Drought Stout.
Drought Stout.
So
okay.
We'll see. But yeah, so I've got a few things, those to open up tomorrow, and then I might just get some Dragoon or something. But I don't know if you have something in mind that you're bringing over. But
I was trying to think of what to bring over tomorrow exactly. I've got. Do you need stout? Like, I've got a couple I have some darker things. I've got a couple like stout things. I also have. I'll have to look. Like, maybe I bring over one of the bombers of something. Okay. That's always nice to kind of share those that way. So
yeah,
we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, so for next week, you're thinking
we could throw that Russian River in there to try that.
Okay.
If you want to do that, or I mean, I don't know, we might come up with other things before then, but
okay. Or you know what? People could actually maybe on Twitter like hit us up with things that we should be trying, looking for, purchasing, all that stuff. And if they want to drink along with us, they're like, hey, I bought one of these. This one sounds really good. Can you find it in your area? And if we can, like I said, maybe we make that happen. But yeah, I probably can scrounge up another whiskey even for next week. I gotta maybe redeem myself with this guy right here. I let him down. No. Like I said, I definitely have a couple other whiskeys that we have not opened. Star Wars. I'll look next time. I actually may have to go to Total Wine this week. I will see if they have something like that because I would love to try one of those, especially the slightly cheaper one. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe the slightly cheaper one. I'll look for that one. But no, I would love to do that, Berserker. I agree. Yeah, so we've got a few things, but if you guys have suggestions, definitely always make sure you do the thing that you should do, which is, where's the shameless plug? There it is right there. Follow on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, you can hit us up, all those different things. TikTok is even an option as well if you want to message us there. We are always looking at all of those things. But yeah, I think that is it for this evening.
We got a little raid going on here.
We are going to raid. Somebody? We're going to, like I said, I am a man that falls into the same creature comforts all the time. So we're going to raid Backyard. He's playing something new. He's playing literally a game called Kill It With Fire. I don't know. He's calling it Australia the Game, which seems accurate. But yeah, we're going to go say hi to him because he is super nice always. Introvert, I enjoyed my brief stay.
That's all right. We appreciate that.
It is wonderful to see you. Thank you so much. Just poked my head through you just poked your head through the door? Oh my God. Well, then catch the archive on YouTube. This will go up on Tuesday if you want to see everything that we tried, because we tried a lot of beverages today. 2 different beers, spooky themed beers. We had a red wine that was also very good from Trader Joe's, and we tried another whiskey, a 7-year single barrel whiskey from Baker's, which is a Jim Beam joint. All those things.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna head out.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for spending some of your Thursday evening with us. You'll see him tomorrow.
You will,
and you'll see us next week. Bye, everybody.